It's Istanbul Başakşehir at home tonight against Fiorentina. We'll keep you up to date with that game as we go along tonight. But in the main, it is of course RFS against Heart of Midlothian in Riga, in Latvia. Full commentary here on Sportsound and BBC Radio Scotland with Craig Levine and Stuart Mitchell.
Thank you, Liam. Good evening, everyone. A very warm welcome into a chilly but lovely looking Latvian capital as Heart of Midlothian and Robbie Nielsen are ready to go in Riga, looking to pick up their first points in the Europa Conference League Group A. As Liam said, taking on tonight RFS, the reigning Virslīga champions of Latvia. It's a big night for them, flying up a return of European group stage football to Latvia, and this their first home game after an eye-catching draw against Fiorentina. The UEFA representatives are running away with the UEFA Conference League flag that covers the centre circle. The teams just finishing their handshakes. The home side RFS in the full blue kits, the blue jerseys, blue shorts, blue socks. Tonight Hearts in their away kit, full white with the slight small squares of blue, yellow across. Too far away we are to see those little details on the kits. Up the back of the stand opposite the two technical areas, and as it looks, as the players move away from their official photographs, Heart of Midlothian look to be shooting from left to right as we watch the match. RFS will be going from right to left. The guys were describing a very open stadium, but beautiful in its own right, with the details to our left, the open side where the car park is, but a lot of the skyline of the capital showing some of the old Riga style looking buildings, the steeples and a couple of spires just out of view to our left from the roof of the stand, and further on a couple of high hotels behind some of the older looking buildings to the right into the goal where Hearts will be shooting. That hosts the loudest section of the home support, and there's a stand there that just runs across half of behind the goal, and then just in that top right diagonal corner, old looking maroon coloured airport hangar which has an old Olympic scoreboard showing the zeros all across. RFS against Heart of Midlothian, and it will be the home side that look to hand over the ball to Lauren Shanklin to take kick-off. The support around us is scattered in front. There's a number of RFS supporters down the bottom of the area we sit in, but as it drives towards the back, it is maroon all over of Heart supporters standing mixed in with the home fans. It's just to our left in the fenced off section where the away support allocation, the original allocation, is. Over 1,300 tickets, we believe, for the away supporters, but so many Hearts fans have travelled to Latvia in so many different ways, different routes. We were hearing from fans of a number of delays across Europe in their efforts to get here, but we're underway as Lauren Shanklin kicks us off. Barry Mackay immediately running down the left wing, driving forward. Shanklin with a nice little bit of footwork to link up with Mackay, but the ball too far in front and out of play. The midway point on the far side for the RFS throw. Craig Levine alongside me in commentary, Brian McLaughlin alongside us too, with the reports of what's going on from down pitch side as Emerson tries to break away in between Smith, and he'll be the last man there to get on the ball. Sees it back to Craig Gordon in the full yellow goalkeeper kit. His kick is high and it hangs in the air before it drops down, not even getting out that defensive third of Hearts zone. There's Simkovic, the captain, moving in field. Plenty of tall figures joining the attack now. Here's Petar Mares, and he'll go back to the 6'6" Zigba Lupacek, playing on the left side of the defence, puts a neat ball through there. Janelli couldn't get anything on it. The cross comes in, it's cleared away by Devlin, takes a ricochet off Tomislav Saric, but safely into the hands of the goalkeeper Craig Gordon. Craig Levine, the Hearts fans certainly up for this one.
Yes, and it was a fairly positive start. Barry Mackay got the ball just after the kick-off and just went at the opponents, and that's good to see. But Riga came right back, or RFS I should say, came right back, and they showed their attacking intent as well. So, you know, if it carries on like this, it's going to be good.
Georgia Grant returning from suspension and picking up the ball over to the far side now for Barry Mackay. Numbers moving forward. One of them there moving ahead was Andy Halliday, but the ball out for the throw. Hearts take it, far side. Mackay tries to thread something through it. Takes a deflection, it'll go up towards Andrei Ilic. He leaves it now for Simkovic in the full blue, the fluorescent yellow captain's armband on the left arm. Switch ball over to this near side for Emerson. With the orange boots going into the penalty area now, bearing down, trying to get onto the left foot, turns, there's the high shot off the crossbar, and it's headed away up forward by Barry Mackay in the end, but that footwork from Emerson on the left side. We spoke ahead of the game about the dangers. Andre Elic, the clear one with the goals he scored this season, Craig. Second top scorer in the league, but Emerson showing just what he could do in support on the left side there too.
Yeah, and I mean, Michael Smith, he went inside, shaped to shoot on his right foot and, you know, switched it back onto his left, and Michael bought the dummy. And actually, Hearts are really fortunate not to be behind Stewart, because Craig Gordon had no way they would have saved that if the ball was on target. It comes off the crossbar, and Hearts were very, very lucky.
Only a couple of minutes in here at the Skonto Stadium in the Latvian capital, and Emerson with the first attack and shot on goal, coming so close for the Latvian club to take the lead. An early warning shot for Hearts, but plenty in the squad and in the starting lineup this evening to pose that threat. And as we saw namely from Barry Mackay, RFS send the ball forward. Cammy Devlin steps in, slides, goes to ground, manages to shield the ball. There's a short pass back into the area. Gordon with the communication, screams it as his, hits it upfield, only goes further forward. Now here Maresh again on the left side. Simkovic, first time pass, looking to play over the top. Smith will have to hook that one clear with the right boot. It's only as far again, back up to Ziga Lupacek. That tall 6'6" figure again gets the invitation to step over the halfway line. And now for Elvis Stuglis, the man playing in the centre of RFS back three. Right side now for Valukin, tries to get it forward. Now this will break in favour of Hearts. Lauren Shanklin lets the ball drop off the thigh. Has Mackay on the left, Halliday joining in support, Hordigant as well. Mackay will just slow things down. RFS quickly getting back into that defensive line of five to try and prevent any way through. Halliday trying to juggle the ball between the left and right foot. He loses it, Panic sends it forward. Illich will try and hold up there against, that time, Craig Halkett, and a round of applause as he comes away with the ball. And the figure in defence for the Hearts fans, it just settles the supporters down. Robbie Nielsen mentioned him, the word being used is key, and that's stability as well, and that's exactly what he provides, Craig.
Yeah, he shows great strength, Craig Halkett, and people don't understand exactly how quick he is, but yeah, it's just a great delight to see him back into the team. I think he brings stability. Giannelli
midway point, there's a brilliant shot and a brilliant save from Pavel Steinbors. He just moved it from the right foot out of the toes, and it took a nice swerve as it went towards Steinbors, and the fingertips from the Latvian team's goalkeeper pushes it over the crossbar. Hearts have the first corner, 4 minutes gone, still 0-0.
Well, that's incredible. I mean, the shot was absolutely wonderful from Giannelli, but you have to say the save was even better. It was a wonderful save.
It's taken short, Mackay, Cochrane, nice deep ball in, looking for Kingsley. Simkovic will take it away from the penalty area. He's run into a bit of trouble there, he can't find any way around Grant, but that shot there from Josh Giannelli showing what Robbie Nielsen's asking from him, coming into the side. He's entered Hearts 3 previous European matches as a substitute. He offers a little bit different up beside Lauren Shanklin, but both Emerson and Giannelli having the first shots for the respective sides, and so close to opening the scoring too.
That'll settle Hearts down, I'm sure. I mean, to respond to the couple of actions that Riga had, to get an opportunity like that, and okay, it was a brilliant save, but at the same time, you have to even the score in these situations when the opposition have an attack. It's best to respond as quickly as possible, and that's exactly what Hearts did.
Hearts just settling down now, moving the ball back towards Craig Gordon, who stands on the edge of the penalty area in the D. We'll have a look, left-footed, clips the ball over to this near side, looking for Michael Smith. He manages to take it down out of there, has a look into RFS territory. Shanklin makes the run short, gets something on it. Halliday will take over, pokes the ball past one, past another. Stuglis with the sliding challenge. Halliday wants the free kick, nothing awarded from the Macedonian referee. And now
he should have got the free kick as well, Stuart. I mean, two attempts at the opposition had, and I mean, it was a definite foul, and I don't know why he didn't get it.
Shanklin for Cochrane, tries to cut it back left side of the penalty area. It doesn't get through that blue wall of defenders, and Valukin will get it high and clear towards the halfway line. Illich just drops the shoulder and turns around Kingsley there, but Hearts will pick up the ball when it's Smith on this near side. Remember, Hearts attacking from left to right. In the white away kits, RFS the home side going from right to left. Neat ball from Grant for Halliday, outside of the boot, pass to the near side. Smith into the final third, looking to get the crossover, but Maresh comes across, and that one will go out again for another Hearts corner. 0-0.
Yeah, good play by Hearts. It comes out to Michael Smith, and he should have put a better, I don't get a corner out of it, but he should have put a better cross in. Hearts had 4 players in the penalty area.
Alex Cochrane coming across to take The left-footed and swinging corner from this near right side. RFS have everyone back in the penalty area to defend this. Michael Smith, the only man back towards the halfway point for Hearts. It's a collection of the white shirts towards the penalty spot. Giannelli standing in front of the goalkeeper. There's a short one. Cochrane tries to whip it around again, but that one takes the block off Emerson. And it comes to nothing, to the disappointment of the Hearts supporters. 7 minutes played, RFS 0, Hearts 0. Andy Halliday is continuing his conversation with the referee about that earlier foul as the throw-in's taken by Hearts on this near right side. In line with the penalty area, Grant lays it back to Smith. Smith has a look up, right-footed cross. Shankland's there. He's backwards to goal, and he tried to reach it with the right leg but couldn't get anything on it. Cochrane prevents a run forward of the looker on the far side. That will slow things down, and RFS just with something to say, and there's an early yellow card for Alex Cochrane.
Yeah, that was stupid, Stuart. I mean, it was so obvious right in front of the referee. He's used his elbow. That was just such a blatant free kick, and you don't want to get into the book as early as this in the game, and that was just stupid.
Away from home as well, we always feel that sometimes you'll have spells in the game where things are going to go against you when you're on your travels. But 0-0 with 8 minutes played at the moment as Steinbors, the Latvian international goalkeeper, 25 caps to his name, plays it forward. Illich doing a lot of running again. He gets there first, links up with Emerson. Illich on the left side of the penalty area, but the flag raised on the far side. And that one offside will have Hearts breathe a sigh of relief there, but you can see that partnership between Emerson and Illich already. There's something special there, a consistent. I mean, between them in the league, they've got 25 goals between the two of them, but the interchange, and that's difficult for a defence to track too. On
top of that, they're good players, Stuart. That's the thing. Both of them seem to be excellent players, and Hearts have to be careful when they're attacking. It's almost like the RFS are the most dangerous when Hearts are on the attack, so the back line of Hearts have to pay really close attention to those two players in particular.
Kingsley moving forward, Mackay takes over, and now into the middle, a chance for Halliday to try and pierce the ball forward. There's an rushing move from Kingsley there. He gets to the byline, crosses it. Shankland's there. Steinbors comes out. Giannelli gets something on it. It's creeping towards the goal line and cleared away by RFS. Steinbors, the goalkeeper, is down. The referee will blow the whistle and award the free kick, but not too much in that one there. The goalkeeper came out to the edge of the 6-yard area. He flapped at the ball, got very, very little on it, if anything. We were expecting Giannelli to just hammer it goal bound, but he didn't get enough on it. Shankland had a touch just before it too.
Stuart, I thought it was really interesting. Shankland used his body really, really well in that situation, just to block the goalkeeper, to make sure he couldn't get a punch on it or get two hands on it. The ball's then fallen to Giannelli, who, in my eyes, has to score. I mean, he's what, 6 yards out from goal. The goalkeeper's on the ground, and for some reason he doesn't put the ball in the back of the net. Then, of course, the referees realise that the goalkeeper's lying on the ground and he's blown up, and I just don't know if that was actually enough in that for it to be a foul. The goalkeeper's made an awful lot of it, though.
We spoke about the size of the outfield players for RFS. Pavel Steinbors is 6'3", also a very tall figure, which just complements the fact that Shankland did such a good job there just to prevent the goalkeeper getting something on it. But Giannelli, well, did he just see his name in headlights as the goal was open and begging for the ball to be put into the back of the net, and maybe just caught it with the underneath of his right foot. But both sides having opportunities early on here. 10 minutes on the clock, still 0-0 between RFS and Hearts.
Stuart, it would be interesting to see what would have happened if goalkeeper had if Giannelli had put the ball in the back of the net, because I don't think there was enough in it to be a foul on the goalkeeper. I really don't. But the referee stopped it because he was down.
It was when things broke down. But Hearts looking to build again. Grant through for Halliday, rushing forward again. Just a bit of miscommunication between Andy Halliday and Lawrence Shankland. The ball went through to the left. Shankland was making his move to the right. Steinbors back on his feet with a very strong right arm throw right up towards the halfway line on the opposite side, but right into Hearts possession again. Halkett, midway point of the Hearts half to our left from the commentary position, across from the technical areas at the Skonto Stadium. Here's Kingsley at the left side of the centre back pairing, left footed, clips it high. Shankland has a lot of space there in that left channel to run into. He'll collect the ball. Stuglis goes over to accompany him, puts in the right foot to get a deflection off of Shankland, and the ball goes over the touchline, and it will be a goal kick to RFS. 0-0, 11 minutes on the clock, but a very open game so far.
Very open, very, very open. It's actually really enjoyable. The interesting thing is that both of the front line of Hearts, with their three and the two up front for for Riga. Sorry, they look like they can score. You know, every time the ball breaks, it looks like there's quick, incisive passing and good running in behind from both teams. And both defences look a little bit shaky at the moment.
Lipusek has the ball, just moving out of the defensive zone for RFS, up across the halfway line with the pass. Mares takes over in field for Emerson, closely watched by Devlin, but he manages to get a little back heel. Emerson has it again, driving through centrally. Valukin supporting right side of the penalty area, goes for the cross, and there's an important header from Craig Halkett, getting something on that as Ilic was moving in the 6-yard area, ready to threaten again. RFS still have possession, worked it back to the edge of the attacking zone. The home supporters, they're sprinkled in amongst the Hearts fans in front of us, just tried to give some encouragement, but a heavy pass forward, sees the ball roll over the byline and out for the Hearts goal kick.
Yeah, great play by Michael Smith there. That was a good cross into the box. He was at the back post and he managed just to get enough on it to elevate the height of the ball so that the Riga player coming in behind him couldn't get anything on it.
Kingsley receives the ball short in defence. Halkett will take over, just has a couple of steps forward and points to where he wants Cammy Devlin to move to. That allows the space for Kingsley. Forward he runs. Halliday now over for Cochrane on the left side. He can't get enough on it, and the ball will go out for the throw to Hearts. Barry Mackay looks to take quickly. Back to Kingsley. And the floodlights on here in the stand opposite us. Quite a number of them scattered above the home supporters opposite on the roof as Michael Smith starts to advance forward with the pass to Ginnelly. Nice link-up play with Grant. Ginnelly has it again, right side, moving forward into the penalty area, cuts it across. Shanklin gets something on it, he's just trying to roll it with his right foot in the middle of 3 home defenders, and in the end it is Tomislav Saric that clears. Ilic tries to hold the ball up. Halkett comes through the back, and the North Macedonian referee Alexander Stavrev blows the whistle again, and RFS move quickly. Here's Tomas Sinkovic, central position, can't get the pass, squeezed past Cammy Devlin, and now Devlin's filled just to the left of the centre circle, and that will be a Hearts free kick.
Yeah, I think that was good play by Halkett, Stuart, because Ilic is starting to grow into the game, and I felt he just got really tight with him there and managed to leave one on him without getting booked, which is, as a centre back, is always your aim.
Serbian youth international striker, only 22 years old, 6'2", but looks good with the ball at his feet, looks good holding it up in support. There's a lot of running in behind the Hearts defence so far in this opening quarter of the game. RFS 0, Hearts 0 in the Latvian capital Riga at the Skonto Stadium, not where RFS play their domestic home games, about 20 minutes south in the city, moving to play their European Conference matches here. RFS have the free kick on the opposite side. There's a bit of a claim there as Robbie Nielsen just steps out to the edge of his technical area and has a look towards the 4th official. He's also getting some words in the ear from Viktor Moros, the RFS head coach. Was a Latvian international midfielder, totaled up most of his appearances with Skonto Riga over 3 spells. There's Stuglis, moves out to the near side, goes for the long ball forward. That's in between Halkett and Smith. Ilic comes across, shows his strength, gets in front of Michael Smith. Does he keep the ball in play? No, says the assistant on the far side, who flags for the goal kick. Again, just some more on show of Andre Ilic and the different attributes he has to his game up there leading the line for RFS.
Yeah, Michael Smith is reasonably quick, and he outpaced him there, didn't he, with the ball into the channel, but he just lost possession, a little bit careless with his first touch.
Halkett moving forward away from the Hearts penalty area. Forward it goes for Halliday, moves into that defensive midfield position with a short pass back to Cochrane, now in towards Devlin, up towards Mackay on the halfway line. Halliday's moved to join him, he'll take over possession, no way forward, so he'll go back to Kingsley. Andy Halliday with so much European experience with Rangers in the Europa League between 2018 and 2020, as well as the qualifying rounds with Qualaba of Azerbaijan before that. Halkett, a smooth pass, calm under the pressure of the on-rushing Stefan Panic. Forward it goes now for Shankland, awkward position but nods the ball down as with the head for Ginnelly, running onto it, sliding challenge will dispossess the Hearts attacker. Lipusek moves forward now as RFS look to use that space and behind the Hearts players that move forward, and now Hearts take over possession. So from what was a very open start to the game, it's gotten a bit sloppy in the last 3 or 4 minutes. Well, Hearts looking a bit more composed than RFS, just knowing when to settle the ball down at the back and cool things down. Ginnelly back to Grant on the halfway line, The beach ball starts to bounce amongst the supporters to the left of us. Kingsley takes over in the Hearts defence. Here's Cochrane up towards the halfway line. Long ball. Shankland runs on the shoulder of the defensive line, but the flag raised by the near side assistant. And the referee will just allow play to continue. Steinbors has the ball at his feet. RFS goalkeeper upfield now for Saric. The Croatian, 32-year-old, now out towards Lupacek. The left side of that back three. It's now RFS who are just patient with possession. 17.5 minutes played in Riga. RFS 0, Heart of Midlothian 0. Here's Lupacek again. Ball's moved side to side and it opens up a bit of space for the 6'6" defender to move forward. Tries to curl one up towards the diagonal top right position for the onrushing Valukin, but straight into possession for Craig Gordon to take.
Yeah, Giannelli had an opportunity in that last attack. He was again very careless with his touch. If he wants to be fed with the ball, he's going to have to do better. You want to encourage his teammates to try and find him on every occasion, but he's just been a little bit careless. Other than that spectacular shot he had, he's been a wee bit careless in possession.
Giannelli and Emerson with the two best chances. Emerson hitting the crossbar after a couple of minutes for RFS, and here they move forward again. Simkovic tries to play Ilic in behind Halkett. There's a conversation happening there. Ilic wants something, but the free kick will go in the favour of Hearts, who take it quickly. Halkett just having a word with Craig Gordon, but again just the strength of Craig Halkett there, having to be alert to that run from Andre Ilic, who's been everywhere in this first 80 minutes, you could say, up in that attacking zone.
That's why they miss him, no, Stuart. I mean, he's excellent. I don't know if Craig's hurt himself. He seems to be in a little bit of pain, but I mean, Hearts can't afford that for sure, because he started the game unbelievably well. For
the moment, Hearts moving forward up towards the final third. Giannelli will just opt to go back into the midfield to use Devlin, who was called up to the Australia squad for the first time this week. Robbie Nielsen delighted with that news for the man who's been very consistent in the Hearts midfield, a fan favourite too. He takes the ball again with the orange boots and has a look right for Michael Smith, who's on the touchline inside the RFS half, moving forward. Giannelli now takes over that touchline role. Experienced play from Hearts here, just not trying to force things. When RFS do defend, as much as they play the 3-4-3 in attack, they do go into that compact shape and just try and clog up the middle of the pitch. And Craig Halkett is now crouching in the Hearts half, and he had his hands on his head earlier. We just wondered if that Hearts attack was going to come to something, but the concern shown by his teammates who come over, he had his hands on his head. He was speaking to Craig Gordon, Craig, and you know at that point something doesn't look quite right.
Yeah, what's happened? He's got involved in a one-on-one situation, which he's used his strength to win, but he was dragged to the ground, and I just don't know whether when he got dragged to the ground something happened, but he seems to be in some discomfort.
When he was speaking to Craig Gordon, the goalkeeper showed a bit of concern. The medical team on at the moment. He's just sat back down in the grass. Michael Smith over to have a word, and that will be a blow for Robbie Nielsen if he does have to be forced into that change. He did say in the interview with Brian earlier that there's always a risk with these kind of things, but it's such an important game, an important match, with the run of form Hearts have been on as well, with the 6 defeats in the last 7 matches. You're looking to turn something around. You need to go to key players at that kind of moment. In big matches like this in Europe, it'll be a disappointment, because again he's got the hands stretched back with his arms on the back of his head as he's lying down on the ground receiving attention, Craig.
It's a muscle injury, I'm pretty sure. I mean, when he got involved in a foot race there, but not just the foot race, it was the tugging between the two of them. He did manage to out-muscle. I don't know, was it Ilic or Emerson? I wasn't actually sure.
It was
Emerson.
It was
Emerson, I'm pretty sure, yeah. I mean, and what happened is the two of them got into a wrestling match. Craig Halkett came out on top, but at the same time what's happened, he's been pulled to the ground, and there's maybe he had a muscle injury previously, and it just looks like that. And you know, he's in a little bit of despair, because he's come back into this match. He started the game extremely well. He's been arguably Hearts' best player up to this point, and yeah, it's just so sad to see him going off.
Let's go over to Brian for some news on the substitution.
Yeah, sometimes you can tell with a player's reaction. He knew immediately that there was a problem, and his game is over, 21 minutes into the game, and it's going to be a European night in Riga for Lewis Nielsen, signed of course from Dundee United in the summer, but Lewis Nielsen coming on, and 3/4 of the game still to go.
Thank you very much, Brian. So Lewis Nielsen started the 3 games before last Thursday's group stage opener. He's praised for his First Hearts start in the home win over St Johnstone last month, and into make an impression in Riga. And the game restarted. The Shankman chases the ball forward, but won't be able to get to that before it runs out of play for the RFS goal kick. 0-0, 22 minutes at the Skonto Stadium played. Steinbors will go short to the right side. Long ball forward. Alex moving back from an offside position, so he'll leave it. Kingsley now going out to take the throw. Nielsen just slots into that right centre back position that Craig Halkett was positioned in from the start of the game.
Big boots to fill, for sure.
Here's Halliday taking the ball down, looks to his right. Grant's there in a bit of space, moving into the final third. There's Janelli to his right, slips the ball to him. There's a deadly crossover, but it's deflected by Lipušek. Bounces all the way to the back top right corner flag, where Barry Mackay will allow the ball to bounce over for the throw. Cochrane running forward quickly, gets to the byline, crosses it over, headed away by Stuglis. Emerson will take on the edge of the penalty area. RFS will now look to break. Simkovic gets the break of the ball into the path of Emerson, rushing down that right side. Runs into Cammy Devlin. Will use Simkovic once again, the captain, into the midfield now. And across it comes to Lipušek, back in the RFS half. He zips the pass forward with the left boot for Mares. Whips the cross in from quite a deep position. Cochrane has to get that clear, right-footed. Hammers that one away to this near side again. Janelli goes down. He asks for something, nothing coming. Mares whips in the cross. Nielsen gets a toe to it. It takes the sting out of the ball, and Craig Gordon, alert, comes rushing off the goal line to take that into his hands. Just a little bit of pressure building on Hearts there. An organisation just a little bit off after that substitution, with Halkett going off and Nielsen coming on.
Yeah, but it's just a pendulum effect again, isn't it? Because Hearts were up the other end previously, and the ball got played down the side to Janelli, and he's whipped a wonderful cross across it into the box, and Hearts were unfortunate not to get anything from it. And then of course the game goes right up to the other end, and this is a thing we've been seeing from this match.
Stuglis with the ball back to his goalkeeper. Lipušek lets it run as he's facing his own goal. Turns under pressure from Grant, uses Mares. Peter Mares plays the ball back. Lipušek sends it forward. There's Saric, heads it down. And an opportunity for Stefan Panic. Drives it for Simkovic through the middle. Angling his run to the left side, whips in the left-footed cross. Craig Gordon rushes off the goal line, takes that one, sliding down to his left at the edge of the 6-yard area. But RFS just, you feel, starting to find their feet in this game. They'll be happy and motivated with the substitution that Hearts have been forced into. They've done their research and know Halkett.
Unfortunately, we appear to have lost the line in Riga, but the good news is that Alan Preston and Derek Ferguson are beside me in the studio here. Goalless between RFS and Hearts, 25 minutes in here on Sports Sound on BBC Radio Scotland. Matchday 2 in the UEFA Europa Conference League. Hopefully we'll get the guys back pretty soon. The kit, you could hear the noise. It's never a good noise when you hear that at the end there, but we will endeavour to get Riga back with us. Anyway, right now, it's Hearts who are in possession. They've won a free kick in the middle of the park. You're not missing too much at the moment. Biscuits, what have you made of the game so far? I suppose the best opportunities came quite early.
Yeah, it's been quite open, Liam. Obviously, RFS had a chance. Emerson in 2 minutes. A brilliant save from Craig Gordon.
Yeah, we must say that because the guys didn't pick up on it out there. Easy to miss from inside the stadium, but we've got the benefit of the replays. Craig Gordon's a magnificent save.
Yeah, it is. If he doesn't tip it, it's going in. You know, it's a brilliant save. And then 2 minutes later, Janelli with a wonderful hit from about 30 yards. Great save by their keeper as well. But the biggest chance for me is the cross coming in, and it just drops over the goal. And Janelli's got to score. He gets it all wrong.
Great chance, yeah.
He fluffs his lines at the crucial point.
Here's George Grant, though. It's just a little clip ball into the box, which Riga have managed to clear round about their own 6-yard line there, and it's collected by Cammy Devlin in the midfield as Hearts launch another attack here. 26 in 0-0. Derek Ferguson.
Yeah, the one thing that surprised me, Liam, is we were talking about the size difference. You know, they've got the boys at big 6'6", 6'4", but they've tried to get the ball on the deck, you know, and play a little bit. And you know, it was a real scare because I really think this game Hearts can't concede the first goal. You know, because that confidence that they're certainly, I think they're short on. They just can't afford to go behind. So. You were absolutely right in what you said there. That was a magnificent save, a reaction save from Craig Gordon. But the one that I was going to ask yourself, Biscuits, so the Janelli chance, Did he expect it? Or was it just took me
He's got to anticipate that the ball's coming over and it's got to land at his feet. You know, it's like 7-8 yards out. It's on his right foot, and he just gets it horribly wrong. And Shanklin tries to knock it in as it goes by him at no pace at all. But it's a real body blow, Liam, for Halkett to get his injury. It looks like his right hamstring. He was sort of pulled to the ground by the RFS player, and it seems as if when he's wet down, he's holding his hamstring. So
yeah, it's RFS who are in the Hearts box at the moment. Emerson with a little back heel. It's well defended by Michael Smith. I think the corner's been given. Hearts reckon that was a goal kick, but anyway, it's come off Smith last, and according to the Macedonian ref.
This is a problem, set plays, because they're a big side. Halkett's now out the team as well, who's probably your main header of the ball at set plays. So Hearts are going to have to be on their toes here. You know, defending free kicks outside the box, you can stay out to give Craig Gordon a chance to come and collect. But with corners, it's going to be whipped in, and they're a really big side.
Thought I was getting a night off the commentary this evening. No such luck. It's a corner here for RFS, as Alan says, land of the Giants, and there in it comes, and it's knocked away by a Hearts player just the edge of the 6-yard line. In comes the second opportunity from the cross. It's still alive inside the 6-yard box, and it's Josh Giannelli who knocks it out for a throw-in over on the far side. And Hearts have a man down. As Biscuits was saying there, Craig Halkett just about 5 minutes ago was forced off again. It's his comeback game tonight. You might remember he was injured in Switzerland in the first leg of the Europa League playoff against Zurich in St. Gallen. This is the first time we've seen him starting for Hearts since then. RFS actually claiming for handball inside the box. It came, whoever the Hearts player is, it's
Halliday.
down. Is it Halliday? He's kicked it. It's come off his foot and come back off his hand. I think we're getting another look at it here. In fact, it's come off his face. It is in the end when you see it's Ilic, their star striker, who's volleyed it off Halliday's face. That's why he's down. He's getting himself back to his feet. So certainly not a penalty. No VAR, incidentally, in the Europa Conference League group stage. And incidentally, it's still goalless in Turkey. Istanbul Başakşehir 0, Fiorentina 0. 29 minutes in Riga, RFS 0, Hearts 0. We're still hoping to get the line back from Latvia, where actually it was totally uninterrupted for about 26 minutes. But anyway, it's been us you're having to listen to here in Sports Sound for the last 2 or 3 minutes. Robbie Nielsen's at the edge of his technical area, arms folded, looking a little bit agitated, a little bit edgy. You can understand that. 6 defeats in their last 7 games coming into this one as we approach the half-hour mark in the Conference League. Craig Gordon with the long clearance. George Grant can't control. It's picked up in the right clip ball, and there's an opportunity. Ilic is in there. Couldn't control on the 6-yard line with the goal gaping in front of him. And it's just glanced across his bows and out behind for a goal kick. Hearts got away with that one there. It stays nothing each.
He's cleaned through. I think if he puts his head in that and tries to lift it over the keeper, that's in the back of the net. Thankfully, he tries to take a touch, and it's not the greatest of touches on the chest, takes it away from the goal, and I think that's Smith getting back in there and just...
He opens up his body there. It opens it up completely. If he takes it down into his right-hand side, he's got a free shot because Smith's nowhere near him.
I just think with the bounce on it, I think...
There's Giannelli up the other end, though, and there's a header at goal, which is held on to pretty comfortably by the goalkeeper. It's Halliday, just left of the penalty spot, didn't get any real purchase on it, heads it down into the ground, and it's held on to by the Latvian goalkeeper Sibors.
It's a very open game. You can say that. Chance
me.
after chance.
Yeah, that surprised me how open it is. I thought Hearts would dominate actually possession of the ball, but I don't know the stats exactly. But as you say,
do you want them
a little bit? Yeah, give us them, Liam, because
64% possession for Hearts. Does that surprise you?
No, it doesn't surprise me because I thought they would dominate the ball. But what does surprise me for a team that we're talking about, that physicality, I thought they would go a little bit longer, but they don't. They try and build a little bit from the back, and and try and wait to get a good opportunity to get the ball in the boxes. They've got one here.
Yeah, here they come again down the left-hand side with Mares' ball towards the edge of the penalty area. Is picked up by Ilic in the end, out to the right-hand side. This is ominous for Hearts. A shot at goal which is deflected and booted away in the 6-yard line. Hearts are hanging on a little bit at the back here. It was Simkovic actually down the right-hand side. He got the initial shot at goal, which was blocked. Plenty in it as well. Didn't make its way as far as the goal before it was eventually lumped away by Hearts. But they're under the cosh a little bit here in the 32nd minute. It's still nothing each in Riga.
They are, and it's a it's a back four that's never played together because young Nielsen's just coming into it. So it's an unfamiliar back four for Hearts, with Cochrane in there as well, Kingsley both on the left, and obviously Nielsen in with Smith on the right. It's a big night for young Nielsen. He's a very good player, but it's a young boy coming in at this level, having to replace Halkett. It's big shoes to fill.
His namesake, the manager Robbie, of course, worked with him at Dundee United as well, and he made that move, as Brian was telling us. When we did have the line connected with Riga, we're still fighting, battling to get that back. Right now, producer James is nodding his head. He's hoping that this is only a matter of time before we're able to sample the atmosphere from the Skonto Stadium. Again, 32 and a half played. It's 0-0. You've not missed any goals. We're keeping you up to date with this one. Istanbul Başakşehir 0, Fiorentina 0. In the other game in the group, as RFS come forward again, and then it's cleared from the left-hand side of his own box. Out to that far side for a throw-in by Barry Mackay, doing a good defensive job.
I mean, Hearts have not been able to get Barry Mackay on the ball. We gave him the build-up at the start because he's been excellent this season. They've not been able to get him on and get him in, the attacking third where you want to be. He's there. He's virtually playing at left back there, booting one out. He needs to try and get further up the park. He needs to try and get the ball to Barry Mackay if they can. Janelli's had a bit of success down the right-hand side, but they need to try and get Mackay on it if they can and higher up the park.
Boy, I'm glad you two are here tonight to help me out with this. Derek, is Robbie Nielsen a little bit uncomfortable in the technical area right now with what he's watched over the last maybe 5, maybe even 10 minutes?
I don't know about Robbie, but I'm a little bit uncomfortable because they're posing a few problems.
I know mugs, you can see that.
Yeah, and that's what surprised me. I mean, obviously, Alan, took in the Linfield game, a game that, Linfield dominated, probably should have been, going through. But I didn't think, it's just with that physicality, I just thought it'd be a long ball team, just look for scraps, but they're anything but. As you look here, the keeper takes the ball, he throws it to the wing back, just looking to build the play. So they've been very patient, but when they get forward, they certainly look a threat. And, we're talking about Craig Gordon's that wonderful save, but you don't want to see Barry Mackay back in his own box, 1v1, doing a good job, I've got to say, defensively, but as Alan says, you need your good players. Well, Hearts good players, we need to get them on the ball higher up the park.
Still nothing each, still 60% in Hearts' favour as far as the possession's concerned, but they've not seen much of it in the last 10 minutes, just over 10 to half time. RFS 0, Hearts 0. It's back in the gloves of Craig Gordon just now, long ball forward towards Illich, which just went over his head, straight back to the Hearts number 1. Again, apologies, we do have the commentary team chomping at the bit, I would imagine, in Riga as they try and get the kit working that can transmit from the stadium, as they did for the first 25-26 minutes of the game. And as I said, it was sounding great at that point. We have no atmosphere, unfortunately, at the moment, so I know it's not the best listen in the world, but we're keeping up to date with what's happening, and we are trying to get the guys back in Riga. Stuart and Craig Levine out there with Brian as well.
Do you think
I can imagine in my head Brian scurrying around trying to fix the situation. I would love actually to see it. If you look into the stand, you might actually be able to see him. Anyway, here come RFS again with Emerson at the edge of the box, knocked to Illich, who then tries to tuck it back again to the skipper Simkovic on the right hand side of the box. It breaks down though, and Hearts are able to clear it up towards the halfway line. But in the final 10 minutes now of the first half,
I think the Halkett change has sort of wobbled Hearts a little bit.
That's what I was going to ask you, Alan. Do you think that
looks like it? Because they're just kicking it away. It's waves of attack just now. They're getting the ball, they're just kicking it away, giving it back to RFS, and then they're building the attack again. They just need to settle down. Someone needs to put their foot in the ball. There's been, I see Cammy Devlin's been picked for the Australian squad along with Jason Cummings.
I noticed that, yeah.
This week
he scored quite a lot. It's Central Coast Mariners. He's
11 and 22. So he's in that squad as well. So I think Atkinson's in it. I don't know if
is that the squad that Jason Cummings is in?
Yeah.
That's what just said.
Are you listening? I'm concentrating in the game, Liam. I'm zoning in this game because they've got a little bit about them, more than I expected. So, but Hearts getting themselves up the park at the moment.
Chance. It's knocked in from the left-hand side of the box. The goalkeeper saves. Shanklin was there on the rebound. Can't get anything onto it. And RFS are able to clear their lines. That is a brilliant opportunity. And Hearts have had 2 really, really good chances in the penalty area this evening. They had another one right at the start of the game when Janelli's shot was well saved by the goalkeeper. He tipped it over the bar. But that's a great opportunity as it came into the left-hand side of the penalty area and the shot at goal, which is knocked away by the keeper.
Andy Halliday gets on the end of it, and the keeper saves it, and it just falls away from Shankland. That was a great chance. Andy Halliday timing his run into the box. It's a good pullback, and he runs onto it. Does he get a clean enough strike?
I think he gets a decent connection on it because it's fizzed across, and had to make the keeper work. And that's the most important thing, but just a little bit unlucky.
Absolutely delightful news from Riga. Fade them up. Here they come. Thank goodness for that. Stuart Mitchell and Craig Levine take it away.
Thank you, Liam. Hearts have a free kick just inside the RFS half. Nielsen has the ball back in the centre circle at the moment. And it's Kingsley now forward onto that touchline on the left side. Hearts edging closer with that chance. And here's Grant allowing the ball to drop in the penalty area to try and run across, but the assistant has the flag raised in the near side for the offside. 0-0 still in Riga, just over 7 minutes to play towards half time.
Yeah, that was a good run by Grant, but he just went too early, Stuart, and if he just held his run just for a fraction of a second, then the ball from Cochrane would have found him inside the penalty box with a good opportunity. He was just a bit too eager to get in there.
Steinboss will take the free kick short. Shankland will go to press the right-sided defender. Forward it will go. Cochrane in front of Simkovic. Allows Devlin to take over, sweeping up in the Hearts half. Smith now across the line of the defence. Evades Nielsen and finds Kingsley. Cochrane being forced back by the forward press from RFS. Pass all the way back to Craig Gordon, who steps onto it and with the left foot blast that one upfield towards Lawrence Shankland. Stuglis wins the ball. Maresh now finds it in the halfway line. Emerson has looked a threat in this first half so far, just slows it down and always looks capable of a little bit of magic. Nielsen clears away. Panic brings the ball down. RFS just looking to find a way through. They'll be forced back low as Iga Lupacek takes over. 6'6", 25-year-old and ever present in Europe. Hasn't missed a minute of the 7 matches in Europe for RFS. He was one of the scorers deep into injury time here against Linfield to take RFS away level in the tie. Here he is in the ball again in his own penalty area. He takes his time and he's pressed there by Grant, and they'll just have to hook that one into the stand to the delight of the Hearts supporters. That means possession's handed over. Heart of Midlothian. Michael Smith up to take. Shankland only player in the area. Grant will be the short option, and that's where Smith throws it to. Ginnelli ahead, holds on the touchline, the overlapping run, but Ginnelli will go for the cross. It goes towards the near post. Shankland with the touch across the face of goal. There's Mackay rushing in at the back post, but there was also a defender for RFS. It was Jagodinskis who was sliding in two. He got the block, and it's over for another Hearts corner. 0-0, 5 minutes to go in the first half.
Yeah, good defending, Stuart, but again, I'm just bemoaning the fact that Barry Mackay's got to be in at that back post. If he is, it's a tap-in. That's 2 opportunities he's had now to score goals. He's been on his heels and he's allowed the RFS defender to clear his lines. The ball's in behind now for a corner.
Will be Barry Mackay to deliver from that far right side. The wind picks up here in Riga. Short corner for Grant. It's back to Mackay again, but it's quite short. He hits it off Maresh, and possession immediately to Tomislav Saric, and it'll invite Emerson to go on that forward run to try and break for RFS. Simkovic has it at the moment, but it's good work from Hearts as they regain possession. Nielsen, who's making his way back from the penalty box, attacking the corner, will just try and keep possession moving. Cochrane now forward. It's charged down by Emerson. Will break all the way back to Nielsen again. It's a dangerous ball back to Gordon. He comes out the penalty area with the header, and it's running at him. Nielsen takes it again. Cochrane forward. Mackay with a lovely spin just inside the Hearts half. Evades a second challenge. Slips into Ginnelli, left side. Shankland in area. Halliday with the overlap. Gets it across. There's a claim of handball. The defender sliding. 3 of the Hearts players running towards the referee, and he's pointed to the spot eventually after some thought and consultation. He points to the arm. Hearts have a penalty. 4 minutes to play until half time. Glorious opportunity for the away side here.
Yeah, he's gone to ground the defender, but he's got his hand up in the air, and the ball has hit off. He's definitely hit off his hand, and as a result, I thought the referee wasn't going to give it, Stuart. But I think his linesman on this side has actually been the one who indicated to him that it did hit his hand.
RFS complained the decision, but he did take his time to make the decision, and now there's a yellow card shown to a defender there. I think it might be Jagodinskis claiming that he did nothing wrong, but it looked from here that the arm was raised, and it's Lawrence Shankland who's stepping up on the penalty spot. There's a away penalty against FC Zurich, his Hearts' only European goal so far in the 3 matches, 270 minutes before tonight of football. And he has the opportunity to put Hearts ahead from the spot. Short run up, right-footed, high and into the top right corner. Hearts score in Riga and take the lead just minutes before half-time. RFS 0, Heart of Midlothian 1.
What a penalty, wasn't it? I mean, don't think if 3 keepers in, they wouldn't have saved that. What a penalty. That was different class. And it was a deserved penalty, sure, because we see it back, it managed to just catch a glimpse of it on the television there. His hand was, he was on the ground, his hand was raised, it stopped the ball from coming across the face of the goal, and I think it's a certain penalty. And what a brilliant finish by Shankland.
The 5th goal of the season for Lawrence Shankland, and what a time for Hearts to take the lead in Latvia, just moments before the half-time whistle. And Lawrence Shankland is the name on the lips of the Hearts supporters scattered around the Skonto Stadium here in the Latvian capital. They've had their chances. Shankland created the earlier one at the near post, and the ball running across the face of goal, and it will be RFS to restart the game. They hit the crossbar earlier, but his Hearts in the lead, and the home side immediately on the attack with the diagonal down towards Emerson. Smith will just let it run across his body and go out for the Hearts throw.
You just need to get to half-time now without making any silly mistakes and keep the score at 1-0.
Use the learnings from the previous European matches as the maroon and white scarves twirl in front of the stand that we're commentating from. RFS looking to build an attack through Emerson. Free kick will be awarded to the home side. Emerson goes down, Devlin's across to have a word with him, not happy with something there, but it's now another opportunity from the set piece of RFS playbook to try and use the height of the 3 defenders making their way forward. Stuglis, Lipusek, Jagodinskis, 6'3", 6'4", 6'6", and they'll start with the high line on the edge of the penalty area. Simkovic ready to deliver, and a one-man wall of Josh Ginnelly on this near side, being positioned by the referee at the moment. There's a line of 6 ready to advance into the penalty area. The referee just delaying things a little bit again, want to reposition the ball before Tomas Sinkovic delivers this one. As an outswinger with the left foot. Will RFS hit back here? 20 seconds of regulation time remain. In goes the free kick. Wicked curl towards the back post. It drops to Emerson on the edge of the area. Doesn't sit for the right-footed shot. Cross comes over from the right side. Lipusek with a header forward. Gordon with a point-blank save from Mares. It's still there in the area, and Smith hooks that one clear. And Hearts giving away a free kick. Shankland and Simkovic now going head-to-head there. Shankland had Simkovic in a bit of a headlock. He was just trying to peel away. Simkovic was also looking to do so similarly, and there's a bit of afters there. The referee across for a conversation. Halliday pointing at Simkovic to tell the referee the culprit, and someone who's been involved in so much so far in this first half, Craig.
Yeah, well, when this whole thing started, Michael Smith gave away a silly free kick. The ball goes in the box, there's a real struggle to get rid of it, comes back out. Shankland gets entangled with one of the RSF players, and Devlin, who's always involved in these things, he wants to get right into the middle of it, and the smallest guy on the field, and I think he was up against was it Step? Lipusek actually, and he was giving away about a foot, I think.
Cammy Devlin not far away from those kind of opportunities. And Stankovic again ready with left-footed. It's a lower cross this time. There's the header, another save from Gordon. Lipusek again with the header. And again Craig Gordon comes to Hearts' rescue, but there may be an opportunity for the visitors to break here. Ginnelly looking to try and work his way around Simkovic, but unable to do so. But in the last couple of minutes, since Hearts take the lead through that Lawrence Shankland penalty, Craig Gordon's had to be on hand with 2 saves, spectacular saves from point-blank range.
Yeah, both coming from the very thing we spoke about at the beginning of the match, about not giving away silly free kicks, and that was 2 situations. And they do have really good quality with their captain putting the ball into the box, and with the height they've got, there's every chance they're going to get first contact on the headers. And Hearts caused themselves their own problems there by giving away silly free kicks.
Scotland's number one, the chant from the stands. As Craig Gordon called up to the Scotland squad again earlier this week. And Hearts have the ball in the defensive line. Regulation time in the 45 minutes of the first half is up. Hearts with a 1-goal lead through a Lawrence Shankland penalty. Is there time to add to that? Barry Mackay driving in from the far side, slots the ball through to Ginnelly. Cut back for Shankland and past the post. It looked like Ginnelly had the goal at his mercy again to just take the shot on goal and put the ball past Pavel Steinbars, but he cut it back to the back post. Shankland a bit surprised, and he was stretching to get onto it, and he drove it past the post. It remains 1-0. Craig Levein, quite incredible.
I cannot believe that Ginnelly didn't shoot. I mean, it's not even a bad angle he's at. I mean, he's 8 yards for goal, just the goalkeeper to beat. There's not too much pace on the ball, everything's perfect, and he tries to square the ball to Shankland. I do think just thought Ginnelly was just going to pop the ball in the back of the net and that would be it, and he got caught by surprise. But what a golden opportunity.
Andy Halliday has the ball in the middle of the RFS half. He leaves it for Barry Mackay, driving forward again, looking for Grant this time. That one just a little heavy. Steinbars rushing off the goal line to smother that one, and the whistle blown by the referee in the Latvian capital, Riga. It's been a tasty clash between RFS and Hearts in this first half. Alexander Starvev, the Macedonian referee, has plenty of decisions to make, but the biggest one of the half was the Lawrence Shankland penalty that opened the scoring for the Scottish side. Again, making his mark in Europe from the penalty spot, and what a penalty it was. Right-footed, blasted it high into the top right corner past Pavel Steinbors. That happened after an early threat from Emerson, breaking down the left side after just 2 minutes and smashing the crossbar. And since Shankland scored that penalty, 2 set pieces that looked to be a threat from the height of the RFS side did cause problems, but Craig Gordon on point from point blank range with 2 terrific saves, and that means that Hearts go in at the half-time interval in the lead from that Lawrence Shankland penalty. On BBC Sports Sound commentary here from Riga, it's RFS 0, Heart of Midlothian 1.
Hearts in the Europa Conference League.
Live on Sports Sound from BBC Radio Scotland.
There's no substitute.
Hearts with a lead in Latvia. What a really good, entertaining first half of football that was. And for Hearts, it's all the better because they have their noses in front. Lawrence Shankland's 5th goal of the season. As Stuart was saying, they are wrapping things up. Craig Gordon is just as big a hero as Shankland is. The penalty's magnificent from Shankland. Clearly a handball. We've seen numerous replays of it. An obvious penalty. You won't get much more obvious, to be honest. And the referee made the correct decision. Shankland dispatched it. But Craig Gordon has made 3 outstanding saves in that first half. We keep waxing lyrical about him, and it's little wonder. The first one, which the guys perhaps didn't pick up on really early in proceedings, Emerson on the left-hand side of the 6-yard box smashes it at goal. Craig Gordon's got a touch on that, and it's come back off the post. And then he's made 2 saves in the closing couple of minutes of the first half there. And Hearts have had a couple of really good opportunities as well. And Josh Ginnelly, my goodness me, what a chance that was for him. Alan and Derek, Alan Preston, Derek Ferguson with me in the studio here in Glasgow. Craig Levein out there doing the commentary with Stuart in Riga. We'll let Craig have a little bit of a break. Although they had a 10-15 minute break during that first half anyway, right enough. So no, Levein. Now I tell you, Craig Gordon got a touch on that first chance early in the game.
Well, that's brilliant.
It's goal saving as well.
Because we couldn't see it. Yeah, we couldn't see it from here. All we saw was it hit the bar. I mean, listen, it doesn't surprise me. It does not surprise me in the slightest, and he's made 2 saves after that are incredible. But this has been, I don't know what you think, but being here in the atmosphere is really, really good. It's been a brilliant match. And I wouldn't say either of the teams are on top at this point. Although Hearts are in front, but there's still a danger. There's still a danger. And you know, that second goal, I don't know. What do you guys think? Ginnelly's got to shoot. You don't think so?
Craig, honestly, he's got to hit it. And I think that Shankland thinks he's going to hit it and doesn't anticipate the square pass. Yeah, completely. He's caught sort of on his heels. But Ginnelly's got to hit that, you know. And Shankland would have hit it, Boyce would have hit it, but Ginnelly decides to square it, which is a wrong call completely. But it's been a very good game.
As a forward, and you're in that position, why would you even look to square it?
Is he lacking confidence, or is it just not natural to him, or is he just lacking confidence?
The pace on the ball is just made, what Craig's saying, it's just made to strike it goal. Even if you lack of confidence, you probably don't go with the laces. You just get your side foot on it, you concentrate and keeping it down, hit the target. And he doesn't do that, and you're right, Alan, bang on the money. That's why Shankland doesn't get there, because he thinks he's going to shoot. He's caught in his heels slightly, and by that time the chance is gone. And if he puts that in, I think the game's, well, I wouldn't say done and dusted, because it's been a fantastic game. They've had their chances, but look, they've surprised me.
And given what they did to Linfield, came from 2-0 down.
Surprised me big time, Liam. They're not a bad footballing side.
I think I hadn't seen a lot of Barry Mackay, but then the build up to the penalty is brilliant. To turn at the halfway line, the drive, giving it to Giannelli, onto Shankland, and it is a definite handball. But Craig Gordon has been absolutely exceptional. The saves he's made are incredible. Really top notch.
I think the one that the guys have missed is his best save, because it's such, the ferocity of the shot at that angle, the reactions, and he's 40-year-old. It was a brilliant
Not
save.
Yet. Hogmanay's 40.
Right. But
I'll tell you what's impressive, guys. I'll tell you what's impressive, right? I mean, the game has swung from end to end, but there have only been 3 occasions, and there've been quite a bit of time between them, where Craig Gordon's been needed, and every time his concentration levels are unbelievable. That whenever he's required, it always seems to be reading the situation ahead of everybody else. I mean, we keep saying this again and again and again, that just how good he is, eh? And I mean, why somebody playing like him just now? I don't know if he is thinking about when he's going to stop playing, but dear me, he could play for another 5 years.
He says he wants to go on as long as Buffon has, and Buffon's still playing. He's playing for Parma. He's 44, or 45.
Craig, I was just touching it with Liam when you were commentating there. What does Scotland do when he decides to call it a day? Because
that's a good question.
It's such a big loss. We've got some good goalkeepers, but not exceptional goalkeepers in the Craig Gordon, David Marshall category. And that would be a worry if I was Steve Clarke, but that's for another day. He's been magnificent since he's come back to Hearts. Absolutely brilliant. And when you think that Celtic let Barkas brought him in and let Craig Gordon go, a critical season for them. Big mistake there. Delighted for Hearts to have him, but it's been a really good game. Very, very enjoyable. End-to-end
really
stuff.
Enjoyable.
And we'll listen to your commentary, Craig. You're right. Barry Mackay, when the ball's on Giannelli's side, he's got to become the second striker. It was a tap-in for him at the back post. An absolute tap-in, but he's too far out. He's had two chances to think as a second striker.
Yeah, listen, I'm going to run you through some of the other... Sorry, Craig, I'm just going to update you on the other game in the group. It's goalless in Turkey between Başakşehir and Fiorentina. In Group B, West Ham are 3-1 up against Silkeborg at half-time. Lanzini, Skamaka and Dawson have scored their goals. Just looking through the other matches, see if there's anything else that is sticking out. That's also in the Conference League, West Ham this season. Incidentally, they did well in the Europa League last term. Earlier, it was 2-0 to Manchester United at FC Sheriff in Moldova. You might remember they shocked Real Madrid in the Bernabeu last season. Real Sociedad defeating Omonia Nicosia this evening. Also in that group, Neil Lennon's Omonia, and we were talking about him earlier, and he's making headlines left, right and centre out there. He's doing such a fine job at Omonia, is Neil Lennon. They lost 2-1 in Basque country tonight against Real Sociedad. Sorry, Craig.
Oh, sorry, I'm just getting offered a beer here.
Feel free.
All the Hearts supporters are down in front of us here. And,
did you take it?
It's 11 o'clock at night over there. Should be a cup of hot chocolate before you go to your kip.
Oh dear.
But we're just watching Craig back here in the studio. We're just watching these saves again from Craig Gordon. Exceptional. Absolutely. And you're right about his concentration. Just brilliant. If you're a young goalkeeper, come and watch this guy in his warm-up, the way he conducts himself, his concentration in the game, the saves he makes. And it's not just he gets them out the way. A lot of keepers push them back into areas, at times, but not Craig Gordon. He seems to get them out the way.
The superlatives, there aren't enough of them actually to really think about what this guy has done since he's come back to Hearts. The amount of times I've been at Hearts games and just it almost takes over, doesn't it? Like the they're talking about Craig Gordon and how he manages to pull off save after save after save, and how he keeps himself so supple and lithe, and can reach the ball, when it's going at the top corner, and other goalkeepers can't get anywhere near it.
Well, Craig, I'm at the age now when I bend down, I make a noise when I bend down to pick a sock up. And he's at 40 almost.
Oh,
it's like he's made of elastic, isn't it?
It's brilliant.
Oh, it's incredible.
I'm intrigued to know what kind of noise you make.
You all do it. Listen to yourself when you drop something.
I've got to be honest, I'd rather not hear it. Sports Sound, BBC Radio Scotland here. Hearts leading by 1-0 in Latvia against RFS. Just watching a replay of Shanklin's penalty right into that postage stamp top right corner. It's a fabulous spot kick. You're going to take a penalty, that is how to take it, that is for sure. And it's goalless in the other game in the group. Hearts needing their first victory after last week's 4-0 defeat at home to the Turks. Shankland then with his 5th of the season. 3 of them have come from the penalty spot, but that's a decent return after what is 10.5 games into his Hearts career. Craig, it's a lead for Hearts. They probably should have scored at least one other goal. Craig Gordon's heroics at the back. It's been all good for them so far, generally speaking, apart from the fact Craig Halkett has come off injured. And it seemed to unsettle him a bit.
Big blow. Yeah, it's been a big blow. To be fair though, the young lad Nielsen's come on and he's done really well. I've been pleased with his performance, because the way Craig started the match, I was thrilled to see him back in the team, and he did all of the things that we spoke about beforehand. And to lose him was a big blow. So Hearts have responded well to that. Can I ask the lads one question about? We didn't get to see a replay of this, but the situation where Shanklin sort of nudged the goalkeeper where the ball was in the air, and it's fallen to Giannelli.
Oh, he's got to score. What a sitter, honestly.
Oh,
So doesn't expect it,
we didn't get a chance to see it again. Yeah, but even at that,
he hits one from 30 yards after 4 minutes.
I know.
Brilliant.
That sums him up, doesn't it?
Brilliant. And then he's got to do. I don't think he realises that the ball's going to be dropped over the goalkeeper's head there when Shanklin challenges with him. But again, if it was a Shanklin, he would put it in the back of the net. He would anticipate that happening. But it just unfortunate. The
I thought that was the best chance of the game.
Halliday's as well, Craig. That Halliday coming in into the box.
A good save.
It was a good connection he got on it. Yeah, no, I agree with you there. It was a good save from the keeper.
Yeah, it was. It's been a brilliant game. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. And then this team are no mugs,
No.
I watched the quality of their strikers. They're really, really good players. The movement's great, and Illich is quick and strong. He's outpaced Michael Smith on occasion early in the match, and Michael's got decent pace. I'd be guarded against thinking that this game's won. That's for sure.
Yeah, Andre Illich, he's a Serbian. He's only 22. I think if you look at his valuation, certainly he's a 7-figure striker.
Yeah,
is Illich, and you can see that he signed a 3-year contract last year, and he's getting a chance to play European group stage football. It looks like he could do a job. He could do a job for plenty of teams in this neck of the woods.
Yeah, it'd be costly, as you rightly said. I think they've got. I think Emerson early on in the game, turning Michael Smith and getting the shot off, which Craig Gordon saved. He looks good, but they're a real threat at set plays. Hearts have got to try, if they can, is not concede them free kicks, especially corners, because free kicks outside the box they can possibly defend with a high line and keep them out. But corners, the ball can come right in on top of Craig Gordon, and that's going to be a real problem, because we've seen it. Even that needless free kick at the end with Shanklin he gives away. Craig Gordon has to make a brilliant save from the resulting free kick.
They've actually dealt with the corners better than the free kicks, Alan.
Yeah.
Because that's where they've had a couple of good opportunities from free kicks, and I get what you're meaning. You can give the keeper that little bit of space if he's going to come for it, but I think they've caused a few, well, obviously with that physicality, that height, but corner kicks, I think they've dealt with them pretty well, Hearts, but it's free kicks, and they just work on that a little bit.
Yeah, this is Sports Sound on BBC Radio Scotland. We're on 810 medium wave on digital and online at bbc.co.uk/Sports Scotland, and a BBC Radio Scotland Extra on your smart speaker. And we are just a couple of minutes away from the start of the second half in Latvia, where Hearts lead RFS by 1-0. Lawrence Shankland with the penalty, which was brilliantly converted, and it's given Hearts a a priceless lead. They need the 6 points out of 6, you feel, against the Latvians to stand a chance of making it out of this group, and that Shankland penalty has given them a serious opportunity to do so. It's a pointer to our coverage at the weekend. It's the final league games before the first international break of the season, and of course we've only got the one in the autumn because of the World Cup coming up. It's the Nations League next week, and next Wednesday night Scotland return to the fray when they play Ukraine. Crucial games when you look ahead to the Euro 2024 qualifiers. I was actually looking at the pot 2 sides that could come out of the qualifying groups there as it stands, and it'll change next week, but the likes of France and England and Italy are all in the pot 2 right now. So Scotland topping that Nations League group is of paramount importance, and we've got that coming up, the triple header, the 2 against the Ukrainians with the 1 against the Irish in between. But before that, the weekend, Hearts of course not in action until Sunday. They are at Motherwell. It's Hibs Aberdeen, Livingston Kilmarnock, Rangers Dundee United, St Johnstone Ross County in the Premiership on Saturday. The big matches across the country will be covering, including that championship game. The leaders Ayr United are off to Raith Rovers, and of course Lee Bullen was named Championship Manager of the Month for August earlier today. And then those 2 matches on Sunday. I mentioned the Hearts game, 3 o'clock kickoff at Fir Park, St Mirren Celtic at midday. Full coverage in Sports Sound across the weekend. But right now, let's listen to the second half as Hearts look to win this match, pick up their first 3 points in Group A of the Europa Conference League. They are in Latvia, where it's the start of the second half. It's RFS 0, Hearts 1, and it's back to Craig Levine and Stuart Mitchell.
Thank you very much, Liam. RFS ready to go with the kick-off of the second half as they look to get back on level terms after that Lauren Shankland penalty. Throughout half-time we had a spell of rain, but it's kindly disappeared for the restart of the second half, and the referee Alexander Stavrev about to get us underway, just checking with the officials at either side of the pitch, and off we go for the second half. RFS shooting from left to right in their full blue kits into the half stand side to our right, with the airport hangar in maroon over in the top right corner that holds the old Olympic scoreboard at the Skonto Stadium. Hearts in the away full white kit with that little maroon trim on the socks, going from right to left into the open side of the stadium, with the beautifully lit up skyline in the background behind some of the buildings of Riga, the capital of Latvia. And Hearts have a throw over on the far side, midway in their own half. That'll be taken by Smith. Devlin running short, back to Smith with the right foot, but his pass won't stay in play, and that one will now allow Lipushek to take over on the throw-in duties for the home side. They didn't come out defeated or in any way spirits dampened after the penalty for Hearts. There was plenty of motivational talks going on between the players, and hugs and slaps on the chest as well to just try and get the side going. They'll feel from the opportunities they've had, and from that Emerson one that the guys in the studio told us about, Craig, with Craig Gordon pulling off another wonderful save, that they could still get in back into this and really hurt Hearts.
Yeah, they've shown enough in the first half for that to be the case. And Hearts just need to be on guard and try and get the rhythm as quickly as possible in the match, and again come back to the same point. Don't give away any silly free kicks or corners that would invite pressure.
RFS have the throw on the far side in their half midway point. Peter Mares will take that and bullets a throw right up into the Hearts half towards Illich. He gets the flick on. Emerson's there looking to go around Smith, who in the last ditch sliding challenge there, moving towards the penalty area, gets the right red boot around the ball and hooks it out for the throw. Emerson takes quickly over into the penalty area, and that one cleared away as Simkovic was looking to get on the end. So another throw to the home side, still in the Hearts half, over just to the right of the technical area of Victor Zmoros, the RFS head coach, who's a hero in these parts after a newly formed club. He took over in 2020 and led them to their first Virslīga title, winning the league by 4 points and only 2 defeats last season. And they play the kind of calendar year season as Walukin goes down on the near side in the RFS half and gains a free kick. The season will end in November for RFS, who are trailing the league leaders at the moment, trying to juggle the domestic and European duties. The ball forward, Mares finds Emerson. Emerson will run out of room there on that far side. Hearts will take over on the throw. Giannelli will leave that one for Smith. Michael Smith ready to take. More experience in that Hearts back line. He'll use Devlin as a short option, and then the ball will be caressed over to that right side. Hearts will now look to come down the left. The opportunity might be created here. There's Halliday, looks into the area, floats the ball over to the back post. Steinbors misses it, came stretching out and off the thigh of Maresh, and out for the first Hearts corner of the second half. Good delivery there from Halliday on the left side, Craig.
Yeah, and it was a good run from in to out down the side. Ball was slipped on by Mackay, and he's put a good cross in. Such a good cross that the defenders scared to actually do anything else other than let it hit off him and go out for a corner. But this is another opportunity for Hearts now.
Another shaky moment for Steinbors in the RFS goal as well. A couple of lows, one in the first half. And Cochrane ready on that top left side under the tall towering floodlight behind him, ready to send the ball in. Left footed, he goes short again, and it'll now come to the corner of the area for Grant. Back out to that far right wing side. That's with plenty in the box if the delivery can come in. Mackay will go on that driving run. Barry Mackay continues. Now Devlin. Cammy Devlin back up to that far side where the corner was taken. Cochrane's left-footed cross. It's floating towards the back post area, and that one headed away. It only goes far as Devlin. He'll just shield the ball with his body and allow Hearts to gain that movement again. I just noticed the run from Cochrane forward, but the ball's went all the way back to Craig Gordon, to the disappointment, and a rare slip in concentration from Craig Gordon there as he gives possession to Emerson. Brilliantly done to win the ball back. Long ball forward. Shanklin tries an effort on the volley, and that one hits the advertising boards to the right of the post, going wide. But Steinbors was certainly worried as he went stretching over. And a worry for Hearts now as Ginnelly's down on the halfway line in a bit of pain. The referee will prevent the goal kick from being taken. Just going back to that Lawrence Shanklin effort from scoring the penalty, and what a penalty it was. Precision. He was looking full of confidence there as he hit that one, Craig. 1-0 Hearts.
Yeah, he's got that in his locker. I remember him scoring a goal for Dundee United almost from the halfway line. So he's made a brilliant run. The ball over the top was really good. He's chested it down, and you can see the intent. And that was just to let it sit up, and he can just lash it from there. Maybe, what was it, 25 yards out, but he just pushed it wide of the post.
Just showing a mix of what he can do, Lawrence Shanklin, and heavily involved in the build-up too as Maresh comes forward for RFS. There's that low ball infield for Illich, lays it off for Simkovic. He's driving forward the left side of the penalty area. He'll leave it for Emerson. Caresses the ball right-footed over into the 6-yard area, headed away by Kingsley. Maresh now over on that far side again. Will settle the ball down. Ginnelly back on and back to his feet. And looks in great condition to continue as he goes charging down on the press. Here's Jagodinskis, one of the players booked in the first half, and the culprit for the Hearts penalty that Lawrence Shanklin coolly dispatched. Infield now to Panic. Stefan Panic lays it off for Saric. The Croatian and the Serbian exchange passes. Jagodinskis again. Just can't find any way through Hearts. Jagodinskis just stretches the arms out to his side to suggest there's no way that he can move forward, and he'll have to go back to use the goalkeeper, and he'll play it to the far left side for Lipushek. Long ball over the top. Maresh will give chase. Ginnelly trying to get there, and he does well to get his left foot on the ball. The Studs takes it over for the corner. Maresh complains about something, but there's a clean challenge from Ginnelly, and all Maresh has done there is talk himself into the referee's book. The yellow card shown, and RFS just starting to lose a little bit of discipline at times, complaining decisions to the referee.
Yeah, but I think Ginnelly made a poor choice there. I mean, the ball's played over the top. He's made up the ground. He should have put out for a throw-in. He's given a corner away in a situation where he didn't really need to invite all of those big guys up from the back. And that's exactly what's happened. Let's hope Hearts can defend this properly.
Approaching the 52nd minute, corner on the top right side of the pitch. Simkovic with the left-footed out swinger. It drops. There's Lipushek there. He didn't know too much about it. It seemed to come off the back of his head and then hit a Hearts player, and it will go out for yet another corner to RFS from that same side. So the remaining defenders will stay in their positions around the penalty spot. RFS is the chant from the supporters behind Craig Gordon's goal. The RFS are attacking. Corner over. There's Lipushek again. The ball bounces behind all the players in the penalty area. No clean contact. The referee awards the free kick. A bit of climbing there on Alex Cochrane, and Hearts can just settle things down. RFS 0, Hearts 1. Lawrence Shanklin penalty after 43 minutes.
Yeah, it was more like a scrum there, wasn't there? Half a dozen bodies involved, and
there's been a couple of those scrums in the first half as well, wasn't
there? Yeah, there was. Yeah. I mean, there's definitely a part of the RFS sort of way of playing, you know, this great quality from set pieces and get these big guys up from the back and put pressure on the opponents.
Morrow's spoke in his pre-match press conference about Hearts play differently to what RFS have faced before. And that kind of side of the game as Ginnelly tries to put Lipusek under pressure. And he just hopefully plays the pass out to the far side, and Maris works his way back to take over possession. That's off target from Emerson. Smith takes over. Halliday turns, but turns into trouble. Panic there. Another sliding challenge on Devlin. And will break away for the throw on the far side. But RFS, just going back to my previous point, certainly showing their battling qualities in that first half, toe to toe with Hearts. That's Hearts who have the lead at the moment, looking to prevent a bad run of form, and only win in the last 7 matches was that 3-2 home win against St Johnstone. And Smith with the throw down for Grant, looking to move back towards the defence. Nielsen, the first half substitute, replaced Halkett, takes over, and now Cochrane will have a looking run at him. Spots the pass from Mackay, who's on the touchline, touched inside and will go driving towards the centre circle. He's in there now, plays the pass into the RFS half. It's Grant has the ball forward for Shankland on the edge of the area, slips it right for Ginnelly, cuts it across goal, and an intervention there from Stookless was required because Andy Halliday was coming into the 6-yard area, and Steinbors was stepping off of his goal line, but it's turned away. And again, Hearts will have the opportunity from the set piece to deliver. 1-0 Hearts. Shankland penalty in the first half.
Yeah, I would suggest that's the slickest piece of play we've seen from Hearts this evening, and it was a great ball across the face of goal by Ginnelly. And that, I mean, it was great defending. He's managed to stretch out his leg, and it could easily have gone into the net and been an own goal. Such was the quality of the cross.
Hearts just finding the space in behind the defence, cutting the home side open. So Alice Cochrane, the youngster, will deliver the corner again. It's dipping towards the near post. Kingsley was there, but the last touch came off at the midfielder Panic, heading away. Scored the winning penalty kick against Linfield to send RFS to these Europa Conference League group stages. Gordon has the ball in the Hearts half. Smith under pressure. Simkovic ready to take the throw, but he's in the wrong half to take the throw. He's in the Hearts half trying to take it, but the referee's pointing him back into his own half. So he'll take a bit of a huff and throw the ball back for a defender to take that. Tomislav Saric facing his own goal, just to the side of the centre circle. Ball on the far side of the pitch will now come across to this near side. Panic, the Serbian cap player, will take over. Long ball forward, looking for Ilic, runs onto it, takes it down in the chest, but the flag's raised by the assistant. But again, Andre Ilic just slipping in behind the back pairing of Stephen Kingsley and Lewis Nielsen.
He seems to be playing more on Nielsen's side. He maybe knows he's a younger lad, and he's maybe the one he's picked that he wants to try and run off of.
Cochrane stepping forward, he stands on the ball, and it's Tomas Sinkovic, the captain, who'll take over. Saric will try and get a burst of energy into this attack for RFS, but the pass through from Lipusek's cut out by Smith. Here's Ginnelly on that far side. He will provide the injection. Forward with the yellow boot, sends it over. Shankland's in the 6-yard area, but it takes a big bounce in front of the Hearts striker, and he raises the arm in appreciation of what Ginnelly was trying to do, but the striker maybe thought the winger was going to advance a bit further forward before sending in the delivery.
I think it's a good chance, sure I do, and I think normally Loris Shankland would actually throw himself at that, but it's a great ball. The pace was exceptional, right across the face of goal.
Look close from our position. Mackay done brilliantly to get his toes on the end of this one to cut out the switch ball from the other side, was Jovan Vlalukin was trying to get there. Panic now for Saric. Tomislav Saric, once of Parma, but didn't make a first team appearance there. Came back into the lineup last Thursday. Emerson now back for Saric again. Mares moves forward, Ginnelly goes down. The referee points, but play continues. Jagodinskis will take over in the centre circle. Forward now for Saric. Panic now plays it out to that far side. RFS readying a couple of substitutions in the background. Mares now takes over. And Saric is back to the left side. The cross is high and above everyone in the Hearts penalty area, and we'll go out for the goal kick for Craig Gordon to take. 57.5 minutes on the clock. It remains RFS 0, Hearts 1 in the Latvian capital, Riga.
As much as I said that Hearts' last attacking move was the best of the game, I felt that move from RFS for me was an exceptional move, and just the final ball into the box didn't have the quality required, or Hearts could have been in trouble. this team aren't down and out, and they're still fighting, and they're dangerous. And Hearts have to be on their guard for sure.
And the two substitutions being made. Sorokin's is coming on for Valukin, and Simkovic, the captain, who is involved in so much in the first half, an attacking play for RFS, and as well in the head-to-heads with the Hearts players after a couple of challenges. He's a player that wears his heart on his sleeve, and he's taken off. 35 years old. He usually doesn't often play the full 90 minutes, and replaced now. And just a bit of a change possibly for RFS.
He's a set piece specialist, isn't he? So yeah, he's off the field. That's good.
Sometimes with the height that RFS have, you just need to put the ball in the box and he'll be able to attack it. Nielsen in his own penalty area under a bit of pressure from Maresh, but does well to step up, and he goes past one, past another, rides the challenge from Illich, and that's a wonderful pass out right. He spotted Ginnelly in space. There's overlap being provided by Grant. Ginnelly uses Grant. Here he is on the ball, working towards the corner on that top side of the pitch. Halliday lays it off. Devlin now. That's looking to just play those quick, neat, short passes. Ginnelly on the far side again. 3 away in the area. Shankland and Halliday are 2 of them. Ginnelly steps to the byline, fizzes it across. It comes off Shankland at the front post, and RFS will have the goal kick. It remains 1-0 to Heart of Midlothian on BBC Sports Sound.
You know, Ginnelly for me is such a intriguing player. I mean, but watch him tonight, and he's everything you would want a winger to be. I mean, he's going by people at will. He's flashing balls across the face of the box, causing the defence all sorts of problems. And other times I watch him, and he's so negative. He comes back and he just plays safe all the time. I love watching him when he's like this. He's such a threat.
An important part for Hearts in the hour that's been played here in Riga. RFS 0, Hearts 1. Just Cochrane on the ball, forward for Halliday, facing his own goal, just plays that quick pass round the corner, and it works out brilliantly for Mackay, who finds Devlin in the middle. Barry Mackay now racing into the RFS half, tries to slip the ball through for Shankland, but intervention there from Stuglis. He takes over and will play it out to Jagodinskis. Steps up but waits on some support. In field it goes now to Tomislav Saric, who's taken over the captain's armband. They spoke about the rotation of RFS. They have a number of vice captains and captains in their side that wear the armband with the rotation that they use between domestic action and the Cup and League and Europe too. A lot of experience in the side. And here is Saric again. We'll move towards the centre circle from this near side. Over for Stuglis. Lipushek now on the touchline. Infield now for Saric, and just hearing that Fiorentina are 1-0 down against Istanbul Başakşehir here. As Panic slips the ball through into the middle of the Hearts half. As Friesenbichler gets the ball forward for Sorokins. There's Illich, he misses the ball. The roar from the home crowd shows you what they expect when the ball lands at the feet of Andre Illich, but he didn't make any contact. Barry Mackay now over the halfway line, in between two. Neat play to get past Jagodinskis, and he just tries to get the ball through the laces to Shankland, but seemed to kick the ground in the process and got it all wrong. Got a lovely idea, but Hearts still showing that energy. RFS just slow it down again through Lipushek. As you said, Craig, first half, Hearts really need to get Barry Mackay on the ball more, and they seem to be doing that a bit in the second half.
Yeah, but I would suggest that the last 2 occasions he's made the choice to try and find Shankland when Ginnelly's been wide open. And in that one, it was just a miss-hit altogether, but I think he just tried to be a little bit too clever.
Halliday slips in Shankland, and the flag raised a little bit late there, it seemed. And free kick will be awarded, even though Shankland does put the ball in the back of the net. And it will be a free kick for RFS to take. But that's a couple of occasions we saw that between Halliday, Mackay, Ginnelly, just trying to find that threaded ball through to Shankland. But it remains RFS 0, Hearts 1. Emerson takes over just inside the Hearts half. Nielsen steps in to intervene, picks up possession for the Scottish Premiership club. Here's Grant moving out to the near side in between two. A lovely bit of skill, takes the ball away. Cochrane racing forward, he tries to play the ball through Grant, but he just caught the heels of Alex Cochrane, who's shown plenty of endeavour to step forward into that Hearts attack.
Again, just that final pass, you know. Yeah, on that occasion it was Grant, and he tried to just slip the ball through to, I don't know if it was Shankland, I'm not sure, but it just wasn't accurate enough. But the encouraging signs that Hearts are getting to run at the RFS defence.
Smith looks for Ginnelly, takes that down beautifully from the long pass inside the centre circle. Ginnelly's up the top left corner flag. Bearing down on Mares, gets to the byline, right-footed crossover, missed again by Steinbors, and it is Jagodinskis who has to turn it behind for a Hearts corner. We mentioned earlier about Steinbors, an experienced goalkeeper and the number one goalkeeper at the club, but that's another occasion where he's misjudged the cross and been absolutely nowhere near it. Hearts corner, RFS 0, Hearts 1.
Oh, why does Grant not just get in front of his man? It's a tap-in, an absolute. Again, Ginnelli's put an absolutely brilliant ball into the box. It's a tap-in waiting to happen, and he's been on his heels. This game could have been done, honestly. There were so many chances.
Corner to be taken from the near left side. Nielsen there at the front post. He misses that one. It'll fall to Grant, and he slices the shot away towards the back post. Ginnelli's done brilliantly though to keep it alive. Stops it from going out of play. Hearts on the attack in the penalty area. Blocked again. And Jagodinskis will take it away to that far left side and go for the long ball towards Emerson. He's the only RFS striker up there. And that's work well done by Devlin to find Smith. And Hearts will stretch it back to this near side. Barry Mackay comes towards the halfway line. Sorokin's with the challenge, wins the ball, gets back on his feet, and he'll just retain possession for the home side with the ball back to Jagodinskis. Now Panic, Halliday with him, so he'll move the ball back to the centre of defence for Douglas. Now Ziga Lupusek. RFS supporters again trying to raise the noise level. Brian said earlier, 7,000 in the stadium here, just over that. The tickets going fast after that draw with Fiorentina, just injecting the momentum into football in the Latvian capital. Here's Lupusek on the far side, just moving into the final third. Lays it off once again to Saric, through to Friesenbichler. Now Emerson, still on that left wing, just looking to try and be patient with the ball and create a bit of space. Panic, back to Saric. Lupusek again. Slow movement, but neat, careful passes from the Latvian team. Douglas now in the centre circle will move it to the near side. Jagodinskis back into the central midfield area. Panic has it again. And a good run of form. RFS unbeaten in the last 8 in all competitions ahead of tonight. They really want to get a goal to bring things level. 65 minutes played, RFS 0, Hearts 1. Lawrence Shankland with the penalty a couple of moments before half-time after a clear handball by Jagodinskis, the defender. RFS still holding the ball in the midfield area. They're not really too sure how to get through the two lines of the midfield and defensive Hearts, and the away supporters showing what they think of the slow build-up play. But they've been allowed to just spread it from side to side. Lipusek with the cross, Illich with the header. Gordon confident that one's going wide, and it does. He just outstretches the arms, but there's the danger. A slow build-up play over to that far side, and that one cross onto the head of Andre Illich. He managed to get the effort away, but wide it goes. Hearts still 1-0 ahead.
Yeah, it's a good spell of defending from Hearts there as a team in general. And the cross came into the box, but it was deep enough that I don't think it was going to be concern for Craig Gordon. The ball was coming in from probably 40 yards out, and the Hearts defence was set. There wasn't any real danger there.
Hearts will still be looking to get a goal from open play. They've had those chances. They haven't scored in the last 3 since that win against St Johnstone. So if they could add to the goal and penalty from Lawrence Shankland in the first half, it would certainly help for the campaign. In the group stages, big games coming up, points so valuable. Only the 6 games to play. Hearts have the ball in the defensive line. Lewis Nielsen sends it up towards Ginnelli, but Lipusek intervenes. Here's Emerson, goes away from Ginnelli. Nielsen with a sliding challenge, hooks the right foot around the ball and does brilliantly to keep it on the laces. He gets up, runs away with it under the pressure, and he might just start a Hearts counter-attack. Andy Halliday, left side of the centre circle now with the pass on the near side for Barry Mackay. Bearing down on Jagodinskis, comes in on the right foot, finds Halliday. He's having a look to the right, there's no one there, so he plays the ball left, but Barry Mackay had made his forward movement into the penalty area, and that one breaks down. And you feel for as long as the lead's only at 1, RFS will take confidence again, and we'll look back to the opportunities they had in the first half early on. Just over 20 minutes to play at the Skonto Stadium. Nielsen tries to clear, but the ball's high into the air. Illich goes for the aerial battle. Kingsley does brilliantly there to chest the ball down. Over the halfway line now for Halliday. Leaves it for Mackay on the touchline. Hearts starting to get more bodies forward in those white kits. Cochrane. Now for Nielsen. Central position in the Hearts half. Neatly played ball out to the right side for Ginnelly, who's went immediately down, holding his face. The referee has a look towards the free kick. Ginnelly still down, face down on the ground. He was down earlier with a knock as well and received a bit of treatment. He was able to continue. But just feel maybe Craig Levein, as we approach that 70-minute mark, it's maybe went a little bit flat for Hearts, and that's a bit of a danger, isn't it, when you're away from home in Europe?
I don't know if it's just Hearts that's gone flat for. I feel like the game has some energy has drained out of it, and I think both sides are starting to feel the exertions that they've put in up to this point. Remember, there's obviously games at weekends, and there are some tired legs out there. I mean, I think Ginnelly got caught with a flailing arm there, Stuart. It just appeared to be that he was holding his face. So let's hope that he's not going off tonight, because I think this is the best match I've seen him play in a Hearts jersey.
That's right, he's been alive on that right side. It looks like there's a substitution going to be made by Hearts, so just hand over to Brian McLaughlin with news of that.
Yeah, it does look like Josh Ginnelly's night is over.
It's Grant, I think.
Sorry, it's Jorge Grant that's heading off, and the player coming on, it looks like Peter Haring, possibly a little bit more defensive for the last.
It looks that way, doesn't it?
So.
That's his kind of go-to pairing at the moment when Bedingame not in the team. Is Cammy Devlin and Peter Haring. So it looks like Robbie's decided that, let's just play a little bit safer, put an extra defensive midfield player on it, and also another guy on the field who's tall and good in there.
Haring, one of the players who was out of the lineup with the changes made from last Thursday's defeat at Tynecastle. Brian will keep all over anything else that may happen down between the two technical areas as Hearts restart with the free kick. Nielsen has the ball, tries to get the diagonal to this near left side, but it's headed away by the RFS defence as Kevin Friesenbeekler moves in to take over. Saric will play all the way back to Pavel Steinbors. Out to the right side. Jagodinskis goes past Halliday. Stuglis now. Quickly moving the ball up to the far left side for Lipushek. Will move the pass over the halfway line for Emerson. Infield now, Maresh. The pass is spread about the midfield players between Saric and Panic now. And Ziga Lipushek will take over once again. Hearts with everyone behind the ball at the moment, just looking to defend. Stuglis steps up over the halfway line, and the pass played from the midfield captain Saric, and Panic will now move it out back to that left wing. Lipushek has a look up. Maresh now under pressure from Ginnelly, back on his feet after that earlier painful one he took to the face, but he's overrun things there. Lipushek now invited to step forward, driving towards the penalty area. Infield for Maresh. Lipushek continues, he tried to stretch the left foot out, he just couldn't bring it into the instep, and it's cleared away, and RFS have the throw. 71 minutes played. You're listening to BBC Sports Sound on BBC Radio Scotland. Coverage of RFS against Hearts. 1-0 to Heart of Midlothian after the first half Shanklin penalty. Into the area it goes. Cochrane gets it away. Mackay tries to get something on it to help it, but it's not enough as Sorokins takes over. There's Panic high towards the back of the penalty area. Smith there to clear away with the header. Cochrane also in with the aerial challenge, and only wins against his tall counterpart in midfield. Kingsley tries to find Mackay with the curled effort, and there's a sliding Sorokins who managed to put the ball out for the throw. Camden just threatening to pick up and pace a little bit again there, Craig.
Yeah, I feel that Hearts have to be careful just now. They've backed off a little bit, and I feel that they've allowed the opposition just to grow in confidence a little bit by just not playing quite as high and quite as forceful in their pressing.
As Cochrane looking to create, tries to switch the ball over to the far side where Ginnelly's in space, cut out by Maresh. Hearts will regain possession. Smith up towards the halfway line. Shanklin dropping short towards the centre circle, and just like the pass up with Haring, the substitute just on in the place of Grant. Now Cochrane being forced back by the onrushing Emerson and Illich. Nielsen out right to Smith now. Hearts shooting from right to left, RFS going from left to right. Haring looking long, going for Shanklin, who's on the right channel. Steinbors comes and the ball doesn't quite make it into his penalty area. The defender goes down across the face of the goalkeeper. Steinbors just happy to hit that one out for the throw.
I think Peter Haring should have done better there actually. Lawrence Shanklin's made a great run into the channel, and he just put far too much on the ball. But Hearts have got a throw now halfway into opposition's half.
It seems like the players are starting to become more aware of the freedom Ginnelly has on that side at times, and Shankland was finding it at that time too.
Yeah, I think Ginnelly's been a constant thorn in the side of RFS this evening. They've not been able to handle him at all.
Could have had a couple of goals, glorious opportunities. That drive after the first few minutes that was finger-tipped over the bow by Steinbosch. A couple of other efforts where he could have done better. Long ball forward, Kingsley lets it run. Gordon towards the edge of the penalty area. Claims of handball outside the box from the home supporters. The referee is having a look and he's brought the yellow card out, and he'll show it to Craig Gordon, and he's pointing outside the box. No, just not got any monitors near us to see if there was anything in that one.
It was outside the box, I'm absolutely certain of it. I don't know what Craig was thinking about. He's handled the ball deliberately outside the box. Yeah, he has. That was crazy, it really was. I mean, the ball sat up a little bit, and I don't know whether he was thinking that maybe he could let it come onto his stomach and play it out for a corner, but he's used his hand.
Maybe it took him by surprise a little bit that Kingsley didn't get anything on it, and it kind of dropped over the back as Gordon was rushing out.
Kingsley was slack, I mean, he should have dealt with it.
Yeah, and that possibly came into the goalkeeper's thinking. And the conversation happening here, Andy Halliday not happy with where the ball's placed. On the free kick to be taken, Gordon shown the yellow card, and this could be a threat for Hearts. 15 minutes to play in Riga. RFS have Peter Mares standing over the ball on the right side of the penalty area as we look, and swinging left-footed delivery about to come into the 5 at the back post in blue for RFS as the home supporters raise the noise level inside the Skonto Stadium, looking to encourage their side onto an equalising goal. The referee just sorting the jostling out in the penalty area, and Mares will be signalled by the whistle to step forward with the free kick, and it's off the wall of Halliday and Mackay, and over it goes for the corner. So the big build-up doesn't accumulate to anything.
This is a danger against the team who are doing well in their league, and also against Linfield scored 2 goals late on in the match, so this team can score late goals.
It's also something that's lifted the noise, and there's the corner delivery. Craig Gordon having to punch towards the near post, both hands to get something on that as the ball was dipping down, but Hearts could counter here. Barry Mackay breaking forward, Halliday on his right, he receives, it's now Ginnelly, and he slips it to the left for Shankland, rolls it with a left foot strike, saved by Steinbosch. The pass a little behind Lawrence Shankland, so he had to spin and turn, but now it's Kingsley. Steps up into the RFS half, long range drive going forward, Steinbosch diving to his right, and with the right-handed save, turning that one down for the corner. And again, Craig, out of nowhere, the game just picks up pace once again.
Yeah, and I find it difficult to even say this, but Ginnelly's done exactly the same thing again. He's had a great chance to shoot, he's played the ball into Shankland, it's probably just been a little bit too firm. Shankland has managed to get a shot away eventually, but and then Kingsley steps forward and hits one for 30 yards, which was well saved by the goalkeeper. So it's just entertainment after entertainment.
Hearts have the corner. Stephen Kingsley's shot as he was looking to get his first goal of the season. And this will be a little bit of a different set piece play from Heart of Midlothian from earlier. RFS have the line, zonal defending inside the 6-yard area. The Hearts have everyone towards the edge of the penalty area. A couple now making moves towards the back of the 6-yard box. Barry Mackay awaits to deliver. Ginnelly now will go and stand in front of the goalkeeper. It's short. Cochrane with the ball back along the edge. Halliday now lines up the strike. Put off by Emerson, running across. Mackay in for Halliday again. Steinbosch spills, and Gallows at the second attempt on his knees as he was just looking to try and let that one stick to his gloves, and eventually managed to do so, and it remains RFS 0, Hearts 1, 30 minutes to play.
Hearts back on top again. I was just worried for a spell there that they'd backed off and invited opposition into the match, but 2 or 3 really good moves and good opportunities to score, and again I think Robbie will be ruining the fact that there have been enough chances in this match for them to be out of sight by now, in all honesty.
And Emerson moving on that left side. The decision will go in favour of Hearts, and the yellow card's been shown to Victor Moros, who's still unhappy about something there was a talking to now. And there's the red card shown by Alexander Stavrev, who had to have a word with the RFS coaching staff after the Craig Gordon handball outside of the penalty area. And there's been a continued programme of having to turn round and look towards the RFS technical area. But in the Hearts technical area, there's a couple of substitutions being made now, so we'll hand you back over to Brian McLaughlin for news of those.
Yeah, this time Josh Ginnelly's game is over. A player coming on, Stephen Humphreys. The referee also now showing a yellow card to Josh Ginnelly for taking his time and coming off the pitch. There's going to be another Hearts substitution as well. I'm not sure actually the RFS coach is still on the side of the pitch. He's certainly received 2 yellow cards and a red. One other change, Lawrence Shankland that's coming off, and he's being replaced by, looks like Alan Forrest as a player coming on. So again, probably more defensive minded with 12 minutes or so to go. It's remarkable that we've had all these chances and the only goal has come from the penalty spot.
Yeah, it really is.
So much happening as well. The yellow card's been brandished, the red card coming out there towards the technical area of RFS 2. We have had chances for there to be more than one goal in this game, but none of them taken. Emerson with the best, pulling off a fantastic save from Craig Gordon after only a couple of minutes for RFS. Elliott had a couple of opportunities too, and Ginnelly certainly with a hat-trick of chances, you could say, but none of them adding his name onto the score sheet. And off the pitch now is Alan Forrest and Humphreys, both on to try and do something in this last 11 minutes of the game in the Latvian capital of Riga. Here's Emerson for RFS, trying to drive through the Hearts half. Smith will take over the loose ball. Peter Haring now, one of the second half Hearts substitutes. Won't move it forward, and there's the drag back, and Alan Forrest on the halfway line, and the card will come out again, and this time directed towards Stefan Panic.
Yeah, I mean, couldn't be more blatant really, Stuart, and right in front of the referee, just put 2 hands on him and hold him to the ground.
It's been 11 matches since RFS last failed to score in all competitions. And a team that knows how to find the back of the net. We certainly said that with the attacking talent, so that danger will be there for the last 10 minutes. Hearts will want another goal to make that cushion a lot greater. Barry Mackay could provide that. Jinking past Panic. Passes across the edge of the penalty area, but there's nobody there in the white for Hearts, and Emerson in the blue of RFS will take over and just slow things down to allow some forward runners to create some options on the side from the capital, Riga. Here's Jagodinskis up towards the halfway line with the pass. Friesenbeekler takes it on, the socks low as he runs into the centre circle. Don't often see that these days with many players with the socks quite low. There's a diagonal ball over to this near side for Sorokins, but Cochrane's done well to stand in the way, and he'll immediately go on a bursting run forward, and that provides an option for Barry Mackay to try and thread the pass through, but it hits the legs of Sorokins, and now RFS will go right back at Hearts again. It's Lipushek, now Sorokins again. This has been the philosophy in their play tonight, not trying to force anything. Move it over to that left side.
They've put Lipushek up front. The left back's now playing as a second striker, yeah,
isn't he? But it's the right side of Hearts here, looking to create something. Forrest moving forward here, overlaps there from Michael Smith, coming in on the left side. Caron's shot, it's off the head of Stuglis, and Smith's in an offside position, and that will mean the free kick will go to RFS away. Just you pointing that out, Craig, I'm sure that's a tactic you used often in your Dundee United days with Lee Wilkie, was it not?
It did happen occasionally. I was desperate at that point. Anybody who puts Lee Wilkie up front has to be desperate.
I don't have Craig Levine's address for you, Lee Wilkie, if you're listening with any complaints, but we'll see if that works out for RFS with Lipushek forward now to join Illich. And you do get the feeling with about 8 minutes to go that that's just going to give them the opportunity for the long ball forward, and if you can knock that down to Illich, it will create things.
Well, it's going to be difficult for Hearts to deal with. It might be whether Robbie maybe goes to a back three just to give that extra player cover rather than being man for man in the back 2 positions at centre back.
Nielsen on the ball, moving forward for Forrest. It's Smith now who has it in the Hearts defence. The RFS supporters, they're still in full voice, but you could just hear a little bit of anxiety creep into the Hearts supporters in front of us. Trying to link something up there on the right side with Forrest, but Stuglis takes over and he finds space to charge forward. Here's Peter Mares. He hasn't seen much of the ball on that left side in the last 5 or so minutes. And there's a challenge from Haring in on Stuglis, and the referee will have a look, and the yellow card will come out towards Haring. And you can see exactly what Cammy Devlin thinks of that one. He's leaping into the air unhappy because Hearts were going to get the chance, had an opportunity to break forward.
Yeah, and it wasn't, for me, it wasn't a free kick. I mean, it was a challenge. Both players went in for it. Peter Haring definitely won the ball, and I just don't understand why the yellow card's been brought out.
It's felt that kind of game though, where the referees had to be involved in a lot. There's been things happening.
It's been so competitive, hasn't it? That's why.
And that will continue for the remaining 6 and a bit minutes that's left. And again, it will be RFS to threaten from the set piece. It's deep in the Hearts half. Hearts holding a high line. Across it goes. It's over the head of everyone and will hit the 6'6" Lipushek at the back. He tries to play the pass for Emerson, but straight to Humphreys. Cochrane neatly just angles his left foot to play the cushion pass out for Haring on the left side. He plays it forward for Humphreys, who is up in the air from the challenge from Sorokins. Play continues. It's Panic trying to stab it forward. Comes with a Hearts player. Emerson now will switch it over to that far left side. Friesenbeekler heads it down. Panic there, heavy touch, and it's absolutely blasted away by Alan Forrest on the edge of the penalty area. Hearts are just retreating further and further back here. Over 5 minutes to play. It remains RFS 0, Hearts 1.
Yeah, and that's the worst thing to do in a situation like this, is to continually to deepen.
Over it goes, forward for Lipushek. Nielsen's there, Lipushek wins it, forward with the pass into the penalty area. Left side for Illich. Friesenbeekler crosses from the left side. Panic heads it down, Emerson turns, and the two-man block ball of Cochrane and Halliday there managed to prevent any way through, but the ball dropped perfectly for Emerson to just spin and get the shot away, and that's another danger sign. And it's RFS again looking to build under no pressure from the back. Mares in a deep position, goes for the early cross. Illich there, does he get anything on it? And it creeps past the far post of Craig Gordon. The Hearts in the mouth of the Hearts supporters as that one just bounced past, and I'm not sure Craig Gordon knew too much about where it was going either. 5 minutes to play, RFS 0, Heart of Midlothian 1.
Yeah, there was great pace in that ball. It flashed right across the face of the goal, and you could tell that Craig Gordon was worried about it. He couldn't come for it, and his defenders couldn't deal with it. Luckily enough, there wasn't any of the opposition in there to take advantage.
Forrest manages to burst in and take the ball away from Stuglis, but a heavy touch means that one goes out for a throw on the far side of the RFS half, midway point of their territory. And Saric goes for the short option back to Mares, and immediately that will go long towards Illich. Free kick for RFS, awarded against Nielsen. It's a similar position to that earlier one that went all the way to the back towards Lipushek on this near side, and you expect that's exactly where this one will go again. He's pointing into the penalty area. Hearts again with that high line just on the edge of the D. Friesenbeekler with a low cross. It won't beat Humphreys, who's the first man on the edge of the penalty area. Hearts may get a chance to break again. It's Barry Mackay on the counter. He tries to put it through the legs of Friesenbeekler, but that one will take a touch off the RFS midfielder. And again, it's the team in blue who'll take possession, and again they will plan from the back. Mares sends it forward. Stuglis up top now as well, the other defender. He'll play it to his partner in defence, who's now in attack. Lipushek into the penalty area, trying to find a way around Cochrane. Sorokins taking over, cuts it back. Nielsen clears. No one there in blue in the edge of the 6-yard area, but Hearts again camped inside their own penalty area. There'll be 4 minutes of pressure you expect here of regulation time from RFS. Mares on the far side, looks for the cross, curling in. It's headed away by Kingsley. Stuglis was behind him, ready to get in. The 6'4" defender, and down goes.
This is just asking for trouble, Stuart. I mean, it might be the case that Hearts get through this and don't lose a goal, but they're inviting too much pressure, and I do feel that the height of the RFS players is such that it's going to be very, very difficult, even for like Kingsley in the back line, who's not really that tall, but he's probably dealing with somebody who's a good head taller than him. And if they continually keep deepening and deepening and deepening and biting that ball into the box, then it's asking for trouble.
You can hear what the RFS supporters think of Cammy Devlin being down. It's a bit of time to get back to his feet. The home support not happy, but Craig Gordon will restart with the goal kick. goes up the central area, but RFS will get it away up towards the centre spot where Illich is standing, tries to help it on. It's now Panic in the RFS territory. Long ball forward towards Illich. Nielsen deals with it, but the home side will have the throw just inside the Hearts half. It's a long one forward. Nielsen cushions the header down towards Devlin. The ball breaks towards Michael Smith, and right-footed he just swipes at it, and he'll send it up towards Humphreys, and he'll be penalised for a slight nudge on Jagodinskis.
He shouldn't be doing that, Stuart. I mean, the Hearts defence are under pressure. He should just be working his socks off to try and get them some respite.
It comes back again. Good sliding challenge from Haring, trying to clear away the delivery from the free kick. It's Forrest now on the right side over the halfway line. He will use Humphreys on the touchline. Forrest will continue the run towards the penalty area. He'll take over. Humphreys now towards the penalty area, and Forrest's pass doesn't link up with the Hearts striker. And again, Steinborg's quick off his line, gathers the ball and gets it down on the grass outside of the penalty area, ready to go long. Up it goes towards Douglas. Kingsley just wraps his body around the big defender and wraps the left leg round too to get something on it. And the ball will break out to this near side for Barry Mackay. Halliday settles it for Cochrane. He'll now step away from Lipushek, who stepped in, and he'll be penalised for the challenge on Alex Cochrane, to the delight of the Hearts supporters, as the clock and scoreboard goes on to 89 minutes exactly. It remains RFS 0, Hearts 1 through that first half. Lauren Shanklin penalty.
Yeah, Cochrane was lucky to get a free kick there, and I don't think any way that was a free kick. He looks really tired. I think quite a few of the players do, but they just need to grit their teeth and hold on. I don't know how many minutes of the extra time. They could be around about 3 or 4.
Could be quite a bit with a couple of players down through injury. The Gordon handball out the penalty box, and the red card that was shown in the RFS technical area, but Hearts have now managed to gain ground further forward. They'll have the throw in line with the penalty box, the edge of the penalty box up in the RFS half. The referee just encourages Hearts to move a little bit quicker. Halliday and Humphreys are the options. Halliday takes, plays it back, and that one will be wasted, and he'll go out for the goal kick.
You don't want to make the time wasting too obvious, Stuart. There's an art to it. You just have to get it right so you don't upset the referee, and he adds an extra minute or so on.
1-0 lead sometimes gives it away. There's the header down from Stuglis. Lipushek tries to take the ball down out of there, but it goes behind him, and Hearts will take it down again with Barry Mackay. Cochrane will just hook the ball up in that left channel for someone to run, and it's Cameron Devlin the closest to it, and he tried to get there, but you could just see that he doesn't have a lot left in the tank for the battling performance that he's put in midfield, as he so often does for Hearts. There's the long ball forward towards Douglas, gets the flick on back towards Illich. Friesenbeekler's there, the far left side of the penalty area. Inside he goes, right-footed cross to the back. Emerson's there, but Cochrane again gets his head on it. He's done it a few times. What a performance he's put in. Also then running up to join the attack, and it's Barry Mackay looking to take the ball there, but there's no way through from...
I cannot believe the line has gone down. Anyway, it's Liam McLeod here. I'll pick up. We've got Alan Preston and Derek Ferguson in the studio. 3 minutes of injury time are left in Riga. It's 1-0 to Hearts. As the guys were saying, RFS are trying to throw everything bar the kitchen sink at Hearts here in the closing stages. Less than 3 minutes of the stoppage time left. It's Craig Gordon with a long ball into the RFS half. Apologies again, the line went down for a period during the first half. Awful timing, they were so close to the end, and Hearts are so close to the end, and a priceless 3 points. 3-0 to Istanbul Başakşehir, incidentally, against Fiorentina in the Turkish capital. I'm not sure how in sync the sound is in the background with what we are watching on our screens in front of us. It's RFS in the penalty area just now. The ball is attempted to be pulled back. It's blocked, couple of Hearts bodies in the way. Halliday goes down, he's fighting for dear life there, and eventually they're able to take it away. 2 minutes now of the injury time left, Alan Preston.
Yeah, it's back to the wall, but you know, Hearts are hitting them on the break here. Here's a chance, there's a 2v1 situation.
Yeah, chance here. Right hand side, Devlin can roll it out to the right, and there's the goal, it's in! It's a goal for Hearts, and that will settle it. Alan Forrest, right hand side of the box, smashes the ball home past Steenbors. And the Hearts supporters are absolutely elated. Little wonder, because they have picked up their first Europa Conference League victory in the Latvian capital. They lead by 2-0. Devlin slipping it to Forrest, right-hand side of the box, and he makes no mistake. RFS 0, Heart of Midlothian 2.
And they go from bottom of the table to second in the table. That's brilliant. It's great counter-attacking at its best.
Classic counter-attack, because they were under so much pressure. I tell you what, that's a wonderful little ball from Devlin. It's just, it looks easy, but he's took so much care with it, and just the weight of the pass into Forrest. And it's a simple task of just side footing it past the keeper. But a little pass like that, Liam, people think that's easy. But some people underhit it, overhit it, but it just gets away perfectly. And it's just a brilliant counter-attack.
He drives at the defender, Fergie, and you watch him, he just delays a little bit, which in turn makes the defender stop. Then he rolls it and the defender's got to go again, and he can't get near for us. It's a great finish in the end. It's a massive victory for Robbie and Hearts. Really good, you know. We said that at the start of the game, Liam, a lot of money at stake in these games. That's in the bank almost now, sitting second in the group. Massive games coming up, back to back against Fiorentina. A chance, still a slim chance, because Fiorentina are a very good side, although they're getting a hammering tonight, but it shows you what a good side Başakşehir is as well. Really good to take
I
three
tell
of
you
them.
what, they'll put some shift in. There is tired legs out there. They're dead on their feet, but they just produced that one bit of magic there, wasn't it, in that counter-attack. One last big effort, and it's got them all 3 points. I've got to say, I think Cochrane's been outstanding at left back. The amount of headers he's had, things hit diagonal on top of him. They're a massive side. But
that's it.
Brilliant.
That is it. It's victory for Hearts. Wonderful victory it is as well. They've gone to Latvia and they've won 2-0. A big game. They'd lost 6 out of their last 7 coming into this one. As Robbie Nielsen celebrates with the first goal scorer, Lawrence Shankland, who stuck his penalty away superbly well towards the end of the first half. Broad smile on the Hearts number 9's face, and little wonder. And as RFS, threw everything they possibly could, looking to repeat what they did against Linfield in the playoff. Hearts went up the other side of the park, and Alan Forrest, who came off the bench in the second half, tucked the ball home under the goalkeeper, teed up by Devlin. Fabulous flashing counter-attack it was by Hearts, who pick up their first victory. Indeed, Scottish football picks up its first group stage victory in European competition by virtue of this win for the Edinburgh side this evening. And after the misery of the game against Başakşehir here in Edinburgh last week, it is joy for Robbie Nielsen and his players. Apologies once again, the line in Riga failed us in the first half. It failed us as we went into second half stoppage time there. But you got to hear the second goal, even if it was us back here describing it for you. It finishes in the Latvian capital, Riga. RFS 0, Heart of Midlothian 2.
Hearts in the